some derogatory comments about the African American race. And then they got into a fight, and I saw that thing how he abused the hell out of Be Brave and Think. And he said that you don't have the rights to pass derogatory comments about African Americans. What you're saying is wrong. You're not some pioneer. I'm thinking, like, how did he come over here actually, MD? Because many months back, like,
he said that, or the other guy said that?
he, like, see, what you've seen this thing called Pop the Balloon, right? So I think in that, the African American woman, they'll choose their partners, like, who'll be males. So in that, actually, this Be Brave and Think said, look at the way they're acting. That's the problem with black culture. Then Stanley Cross lost it. He was he was an ex-Navy serviceman. He started abusing Be Brave and Think. What's gone wrong with you? You're always insulting black culture every time. I can't stand it. You're not some pioneer. You're just a trashy white guy or something like that. He started saying that. And then the fight it became very bad actually. And then he kicked Be Brave out of his channel.
It was the other guy, not Be Brave and Think. Are you saying?
Yeah. Okay, they both had a fight. Be Brave said something derogatory about African American culture, and then after that, Stanley didn't like it, and they both got into a fight.
Okay. Yeah, Be Brave. I mean, he has some strong opinions, but I think he's got a lot of goodness there. I just think he needs to have conversation, because when he told me he never traveled outside of the United States and really not really past the state he lives in, I see that he just needs to talk with people, hopefully, but I think this is Gabriel. Is this Blaxican?
Yeah. How's it going, MD? Max?
How's everything? I got Mr. X here and with me. Yeah, I don't know if they remember Blaxican from a while ago.
Long time ago, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How's it going, Mr. X, as Varun?
So, hello, Blaxican. How are you doing?
Good. How you
I'm
doing,
pretty
man?
good. Pretty good listening to you guys, Bill.
Yeah. You're Blaxican. You're permanently now in Taiwan, right? You're not still left, right?
I live in Taiwan still.
Okay.
I'm from America, though.
Yeah.
How is it over there?
Life as usual, The only thing is, it was 2 weeks ago. I got something in the mail from the government. It was like I think they mailed it out to pretty much every household on the island, and it was this survival book basically. And usually when they have these books, it's for in case there's an earthquake, because we got a lot of earthquakes or typhoons, right? But the majority of the book was talking what to do if CCP invades Taiwan. So I never got anything in the mail in the 9 years I've been living here like that. So I was like,
what's CCP?
Chinese Communist Party.
Oh, okay.
That's what their government. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that is. So, anything you were listening to the conversation? Did anything like did you or for the topic of the stream? Was there anything you had to comment or?
Yeah, well, was it Who Built America? This topic.
Who really built it? I mean, we've been touching on a lot of stuff, religion. The last bit was more religious, like talking about atheism and evolution and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think all that built America. I mean, I gotta sum it up and bring it full circle. Yeah, and even like, for example, like Be Brave. I've talked to him before on his on other people's platforms.
Oh, you have? Wow.
Yeah, and
what do you think?
Well, I think that when he came up, when you guys were talking about hateful people that I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing hateful, but I don't think he's a bad guy. But
I don't. Yeah,
some of the stuff he says is wild, bro. I don't subscribe to it.
That was what I brought up about when somebody brought up the stats about the child thing, and because he would bring up stats about Black community, and when he said, "Well, they don't make the corn," I said, I was thinking, you got to be kidding me, man. That's like the inner city people killing each other, saying they don't make the guns. It's like you're still going to be guilty of the crime.
Yeah, that reminds me of
yeah,
that New Jack City.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he said, you know what it showed me? That he's just not thinking. When somebody says something like that, it's like, whoa, hold on a second. Did you hear what you just said? That's like saying exactly like the thing with the weapons. You do something with that, and then you say, well, I didn't make the weapon. It's like, what are you out of your mind, man? It's like,
I think he's not using his whole mind, MD. Like, he's definitely thinking, because I mean, he's talking technically, but he's not using the whole holistic mind.
But one thing, he has people around him that are I don't think they're good influences, and a lot of them borderline very extreme views. And I believe he's a good person. I believe he has goodness in there. Like when they were talking about, they were using the mud word and like the shark thing. And I'm just saying, it's like, come on, man. It's like, just even referring to someone as that because they're with somebody of a different ethnicity, it really shows the problem with the person using the classification of that. It's like, and also it shows me a deep insecurity of the person who's using it to say, that concerned with somebody else's intimate life. That oh, well, they're this type, they're a shark or something like that. It's like, are you crazy? But in his defense, he didn't agree with them. He was like, he would still date a woman that had a previous relationship like that if she was a good woman and stuff. And me, I was just laughing, saying, well, first of all, where's this invisible woman? Because I know she doesn't like, what woman is talking to you, first of all? Because I hear these guys talking about, oh, well, they wouldn't date this woman or that type of woman. And I'm like, bro, ain't no woman trying to talk to you.
It's all
like
theory, man.
Yeah, it's beyond like. And Timbo, what's up, brother? He says, not even surprised. Glad he admitted he's a boomer, zombie boomer.
Zombie boomer.
And he's funny. I ain't gonna lie, he's funny.
I mean, just the way he looks is funny, dude, with those glasses and masks.
Oh man, that is straight out of super villain type of stuff. Man. I'm talking like just. It's kind of funny. It's definitely some YouTube. It's definitely YouTube. When I see something like that, I'm like, man, just. I was like, what was like some Batman type of costume? but I do think he's good. You see the goodness in some people. You say, look, the dudes that you're hanging around with, some of them might be okay. Yeah. Some of them definitely ain't. CT, his friend, used to come on the CT. Old show. He came on once. I think he's a friend of Aqua Dragon. And
I spoke to him last week. He came on a panel I was on.
Yeah, he I wrote to him on email, but he never wrote me back. So I don't know if he remembers me from when he came on Smash a while back. But it is what it is. I think I'm going to be changing this back to Wisdom Radio, and I'm publishing a Human Origins book. These are the two books that I have out on Amazon with the secret words and stuff like that about the anagrams, where I'm just going to be doing like the knowledge and the wisdom and stuff like that. Just to, Scribe, he was on earlier, and we figure he's going to do some cryptid stuff tomorrow about Bigfoot, and because he's really into, the Bigfoot, werewolf, vampire, dog man, all of these cryptic stuff. So I said, yes.
The shape shifting.
And he does a lot of research. So I told him that's cool. Mr. X and I and Azroon were breaking it down with the religious, the human origins, which that's what the next book is about. Hopefully in a few days it'll be ready. And just
He's busy, man. As usual. Like that's what actually I wanted to build. I've been one that have a sit down with you for years. In particular, you talk about that spell casting, like on my broadcast, about how words make up our reality, because that fascinates me.
Yeah.
And it was even because I teach, and I had an English workshop, writing workshop. I teach on the weekends, and one of the topics was how symbols are power, and how they, how they influence people, and that's right on that alley right there.
Definitely. Well, this book, Secret Words, I had put.
That's a new one. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, so this one, it's like I take the word president, and then in the word, you can respell the letters into the two words, is pretend. On the bottom, I color code it. So anybody can see that the SI can spell is, and the rest of the letters spell pretend. So there's no missing letters, there's no added letters. It's a pure anagram. And it's basically a secret word within the word. So now the thing is that in the word president is pretend, it actually pertains to the word. It's not like it's spelled something like blue coat or blue spoon, something that's just doesn't relate to the word president. The fact that it relates to it and saying that, many people say, well, the president is a puppet. It is pretend because there's something behind the president. So we see that. And then where the book gets really deep is that I take phrases, and what I have uncovered is like almost unbelievable. Like this phrase here, the US presidential election. If you take those letters, right, and rearrange them, it spells elite hustlers in a deception. Damn. So underneath, I color code it so everybody can see where exactly each letter forms the words. And this is almost unbelievable. Because somebody might say, well, wait a second, how does that spell that? Because that's very similar to what the US presidential election is, right? Elite hustlers in a deception. So secret words is like on another level of saying, wait a second, this is like, is this real? The International Space Station rearranges to pathetic totalitarian nonsense, which is, this is beyond chance that this would be in the language. This is beyond chance that you can't spell, and it actually matches the International Space Station. It is pathetic totalitarian. It's a tax that's put on us to build something that we can never go into. And then like the Irish Republican Army, yes, I can harm British rule. It's like, holy smokes. So it really, secret words, man. It just, and I published it in 2023, and you already know, a lot of people, it's hard to sell knowledge. Like you can sell controversy a lot better. But the fact that these messages exist in the English language, it kind of tells me that is the language itself speaking to us, trying to warn us by saying, hey, the president, hey, you know what? He's pretend. That's not even a real position. The US presidential election, elite hustlers in a deception. Matter of fact, Brave saw this and was shocked. He was like, holy smokes. I'm
shocked right now seeing this because it's like, it's literally hitting our subconscious is probably picking it up for sure.
Yeah.
And it almost reminds me that like how that vampire metaphor of like the vampire can only come into your house if you let it. In a sense that you have a chance, right? It's not like he's forcing himself. And just like this, we have a chance as humans, consciousness to look at these things, but we got to really be aware and use our inner eyes to see this type of stuff. We have a chance.
It clearly, Brave liked it. I hope he bought the book. I didn't see a sale, so maybe not. But because people will like it. I mean, most people don't even read.
I think I'll buy it. I didn't even know you had that one, man. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
since
This
I've
one,
seen it.
I didn't really promote it as much. So I said, being that I'm producing books in this field more instead of the other genre of dating, I figure, let me just stick with the knowledge and.
But that was important. Wait, Max, that was important too. Like on my journey, like when I met you guys and was introduced to the black pill and stuff like that, actually, I think is very important in terms of evolution of my consciousness and other people around me. And because like dating is mate selecting and all that, that's a part of being human, and the so-called elites are trying to fleece us by not giving us knowledge of black pill.
Oh, I don't think people are going to be dating pretty soon in the next.
Well, yeah,
5
I use
years.
that word colloquially, but
But as Arun asked me, how did I meet Brave? And what it was as Arun, if you're still there, there was a guy that came on the old channel, Chaotic Truth, CT. And he was a friend of Aqua Dragon. I don't know if you remember him.
I know Aqua Dragon.
Okay, so he's a friend of him, and he came on. Now, this had to be 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, that he came on a stream. And, we would all have the avatars. And, I wasn't being mean to him. I told him, look, man, come on, put the avatar up. You just... I said, it's like a Sesame Street. One of these things don't belong. And and he is a funny guy. I mean, he looks, he just looks comedic, really friendly. I'll give him that. And eventually, we threw him off the stream. We just, not in a bad way, just like, come on, man, put the avatar up. We let him rock for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And that was all I saw him, was that. So years later, I see he's got a channel, and he's actually got a pretty big channel. I think he's got like 20-something thousand subscribers.
Yeah.
He has
like a lot of money too.
Yeah. And he makes, like 2,000 a week or something.
At least.
Wow. So he's making about 100 grand a year. And I looked, I don't think I went on the panel. But I looked at some of it and I said, okay, maybe we'll link up again. And then I guess because I looked at that, and Brave must, and Think, must have been cool with him for a while. YouTube popped that into my feed one day when I was I was getting a stream ready in the daytime, and I saw Brave's stream. So I said, I wonder, who this is. And I looked because I had like maybe 20 minutes before the stream started. So he had the StreamYard link, and I hopped on, and I was like, hey, and I don't know if I mentioned to him that maybe it popped up because I, watched Chaotic's thing once, like a little bit of it. And we just started talking, and we were kind of cool. And he said a few things about certain statistics, and I was like, hey, you can't just categorize everybody like that, And I think they thought maybe, okay, I'm trying to tap dance, and I'm like, no, it's not tap dance. And I'm like, you can't. Not everybody is the same in all of group. So when you say black or white or something, it's not accurate. Because not everybody in that group is the same in any group. And they were kind of on the these people commit the majority of this stuff. And I didn't stay on for long because I had the stream coming up in 20 minutes. So I might have stayed on for maybe 10 or 15 minutes at most. And we didn't get in an argument or anything. And then I was like, well, I got to go do my stream. When I was setting it up and I was going to pin the link, that's when I saw your thing popped up, and he came over and he talked with me. I think the stream is still up. And we didn't really. He was very respectful when he came over. There was a little bit of curse, but not at anyone. He just said it that way. And yeah, he seemed pretty cool, but he's got some pretty strong opinions. He's got some pretty strong opinions. I don't like. I mean, I'm not really doing streams the way he's talking about stuff because I don't think it's. I think it's coming from trauma or something.
I think he got like this word on the street. Like he was like the third wheel on some relationships. Like he was the man that he broke. Like I don't know if he broke up the relationship, but his thing was dating married women. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know
more than one person brought that up.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought he was more into like talking about like the racial issues.
No, he is. Yeah. But I remember hearing that recently, and I was surprised because that's all he does. Usually, talk about race. And,
I mean, what was he like? He said he's 71, right?
Yeah. And the interesting thing is, like, I mean, he does talk about race and stuff, but he doesn't do it in a good faith way because like he'll talk about all the bad things that quote unquote in general black people do, which I mean in general there's some but he doesn't talk about like when you bring up the white people like you said about the corn and all that whatever. Like he will always not even be like, you make a good point. Like he never says anything bad about white folks and what they do.
Well, he tried to say also some other things, but that's when I was like, I realized, I said, okay, this guy's traumatized. It's either, he grew up in the 40s and the 50s and stuff. And I don't think he's a bad guy. I think that he's much more approachable than some of the other guys I've seen on the panel.
He is. He'll talk to you.
Yeah, but
he asked a lot of questions, MD, because like when I went on John Galt, I don't know if you're familiar. That's how I met him. Who's kind of like John Galt, kind of like the opposite. He says a lot of stuff about what black people do, and he's black, kind of like Uncle Ruckus. I don't mean that mean.
Okay, yeah, Uncle Ruck from the Boondocks.
Yes. Yeah. And they found out that I was living in Taiwan, and they were asking me all these great questions about business and how it is to live there. And he was asking me really good questions. And I'm like, oh, this old dude, he's pretty cool, pretty open-minded. And then I listened to one of his streams and I was like, holy, this is much different than the B-Bread that was talking to me earlier. Yeah.
Wow. That, you read Blur, man. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I'll check. I just sent a message just to make sure it comes through, man. Thank you, brother. Timbo says, I could tell by the way he was over talking to ND that he likes to get tipsy before. Yeah, I mean, I don't see, like, being that I'm doing a lot more about knowledge, like, and I'm being very careful, like staying within guidelines and everything. So, we try not to curse anymore. We never said the N-word anyway, so that's good.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
And it's, because it's like, why, or really, I don't want people saying really like the B word for women and stuff, just to be safe. I might eventually privatize some streams, as more streams get produced, because when I go through them and there's too much cursing, it doesn't make for a good stream.
No, it's not professional.
It's definitely $5 donation, Red Blur, here, stay safe out there, fellow survivors, man. Red Blur here. Stay safe out there, fellow survivors. Thank you, brother, for the support, man. I appreciate it, Red Blur. Always a pleasure having you on, man. He says, by the way, y'all saw ITV's latest video regarding Bud Boy Fitness? No, I gotta check it, man. Holy smokes. Thank you. I'm gonna check it. Wow. I think it's Rehab Room now. I think. Yeah. Hey, man, thank you, Blaxican. I appreciate it, man. NPC the game, man. Raising to the top, brother. I appreciate that, man. Yeah. I want to make better streams, and I'm having the book on human origins is so shocking with the science that I've been researching that it's very, I would say, beyond controversial. So like when you hear it, hopefully, you'll be, passing through more often.
Yes, sir.
It is, I mean, it's like, I've had a lot of debates with people with the evolution thing, because from what I've researched, it seems that evolution was, that's what created the pseudo classifications of race to,
Yes.
as Arun and I were talking, Mr. X is extremely knowledgeable, Mr. X in the field of,
Oh yeah, Mr. X is great.
yeah, the, it's really, it separates people. Like I told Azroon, I said, look, he knows, he lives in India. There are extremely dark-skinned Indians, which are beautiful people. People of all colors are beautiful. Mm-hmm. There's a beauty in every in all life, plants, animals, people, the environment, the sky, the water, the land. And when I look at, and I had this conversation on here about just the real IQ test, about how Asia is a continent that encompasses the western part of Asia, is what they would call Europe, which is misclassified as a continent, because a continent is a large body of land surrounded by water, a continuous body of land. Mm-hmm. And they classify India as a subcontinent. And India is the only part on the Asian continent that actually has very dark-skinned people. So they can't openly call it, like in evolution, they can't call them subhuman. So they classify it as a subcontinent, which makes no sense. And I know it's basically because of some racial underhanded type of stuff. And the same thing with Africa. Central Africa is called, well, some people refer to it as sub-Saharan, which again, they want to try to say these people are not as human as others, so they can't openly call them sub, so they'll call it sub-Saharan when it's really Central Africa. That's scientific classification. So, going through stuff like that, it brings people closer together to say, look, something has created this religion of evolution to make it seem like we all come from animals like the monkeys, the chimpanzees and stuff. And funny enough, when you look at their pseudo-scientific, their fake theory, who do they put closest to the apes, which are, they would put on the chart people of color. And they would and they would try to exonerate all of the rape, pillage, and plunder we see throughout the world by just saying it's just evolution. It diminishes, erases morality, and this is nothing against anybody who believes in it. It's just saying this is about education for us to learn, to become closer with one another, to realize that it's really the human family. And the human family shows us that we're all connected in a way that goes beyond color, and it goes beyond what they would classify as ethnicity. Now, there's good and bad in all people, but good and bad is a behavior. So the good thing about that is that behavior can be changed with a choice. Maybe some people aren't going to change, so that can be a reality too. So getting into that type of stuff, it's to tell people, look, I don't see too many things on YouTube like that. Plus, it makes me feel better producing something that I know. I mean, nobody's promised tomorrow. I used to say that on the old show. Some days I feel good, some days I feel different. And in New York, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I whatever happens, I'm happy with it. I lived a good life, but I'd like to leave something to where people could say, this is a template for us to heal, for us to, in the midst of, like you were saying, like the guy that acts like Uncle Ruckus, and then you have these other guys. I look at them, and instead of looking at them with any type of judgment, I see this person is traumatized.
Yes.
This person, yeah, you know, they're so traumatized, and I see that with Brave, you know, and I'm surprised him and CT were such good friends. I mean, it's kind of like he speaks so much about him, you know,
they're both coming from hate, and it's not, I mean, that's not all they're about, but it's like this race over obsession with race on D. Like after I left you guys or moved on to this panelverse, you know, I've never been called the N-word more in my life in the last year and a half that I
get out of here. What, on Brave Stream?
Not just Brave, but this network of CT and these other shows, like not necessarily Speak Easy, but he's in this thing in flow state.
Speak Easy too?
Not by then, but this is what we call the panelverse. It's like a network of different creators.
I heard
like
Sarah. A little, like some people avoid him because I think he was getting channels struck or something.
I don't know really much about that. Yeah,
I don't know if you remember Pops and
Pops and. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Yeah, just going over some streams I hopped on the other day. So yeah, you're welcome to hop on right now. We can chop it up. What's really going on? What's up, Clue? What does this say? I'm about Uncle Ruckus. He said, "Uncle Ruckus shaking my head. This is what happens when you disagree with the monolithic black morale majority." Actually, hey man, some may look at Uncle Ruckus as a locale, but others look to him as an inspiration, bro. It depends on how you look at it. What's up, Wicked Rose? Good to see you. Talking about the origins of life, it was probably around that time that people started to be categorized from European point of view, which has now leaked into the modern day terminology. Yeah, there's a dude that does this channel where he speaks specifically on that. I think it's like in the late 1800s is when race. A lot of European dudes, they were kind of fixated on race, and they came up with these categories and whatnot. But anyway, y'all want to hop on, chop it up for a minute. Got some time right now. Link is in the description. It's pinned. By the way. Anyway, back to this. Mike.
Yeah, Mike was Yo, Red Blur, Speak Queasy. You're right, man. We used to call him Speak Queasy. And
go ahead.
So Mike, somebody saw Speak Queasy hop on somebody's panel, and then Mike, I think, hopped in the chat or something and was like warn them. Because I noticed on Smash that happened. And I didn't know if it was him, but I know after he hopped on, the video, we had to, kind of privatize it and stuff. And I went on his panel a few times, and he was kind of cool. But again, he's got some very weird, kind of weird guys on there. He's different. Yeah, he's different. He's different. Yeah.
I'll give him credit in the sense that he does keep to himself, but like this panelverse of these interlocking of maybe about like 20 streamers, and they have the same audience, but like the undertone, there's a lot of racism there. And I'm not trying to be a snowflake or anything like that.
No, he's with who's he worship basically?
Andrew Wilson.
Andrew Wilson. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Fran Dresser, right? Like that guy reminds me of the nanny, the Fran Dresser girl.
Yeah.
He's got that nasal type of. I mean, and
that voice.
Didn't he just get destroyed by that girl on the whatever thing?
whatever
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, that went viral.
Just
Yeah.
done. Just straight.
Did you hear about him and Sarah though? Last couple months, that
No,
falling out. they
I
had?
didn't hear. Gant had a video, but I didn't understand what the beef
Oh,
was.
Well, let me tell you that it's so crazy that in a way, Sarah and Ashley trying to get their start coming on your panel, and also
Yeah.
Alex playing with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sarah's like kind of like the queen of the panel, where she got like almost 20,000 subs. Well,
No, I remember she had 20,000, but some beef.
she
happened.
lost them with
And
Andrew.
She got like 15 or something, right?
Yes, with Andrew, because she basically was like set up the debates for him, and he would come on her show and have debates, right? And and then when they had a falling out because she went on a stream and she was talking mad garbage about him. Well, the people she was with on that stream were talking bad about him and his friend Rob Noor, and he heard about it and he got angry because that's his friend. He was defending him, and so he didn't say unsub to her, but he had such a big following that the people were like, "Oh, Andrew's not happy with her, so we're gonna leave." And she lost like 5,000 subs in a weekend.
So Andrew and her got into beef, basically.
Yeah,
Andrew Wilson.
Yes, but because they used to be partners, basically.
Wow.
You know, for like a good year. She got a lot of her growth from his fans.
She wasn't really. Yeah, she didn't get it on her own. When she came, she looked kind of like the Grinch, kind of from the cartoon, the Grinch.
Oh shit!
And you know, when she came on the stream, she was actually pretty. She took it very well. She said that her grandmother used to say that she was like from Whoville, and I said, "Nah, not Whoville. You straight with the sled with the Grinch." You know.
MD, you're good with that. Like,
yeah, I was like, whoa, but she was very. I couldn't believe how well she took it, man. She hung out, and then
she's very professional now.
Yeah, very. I was like, and she made some videos that was funny when she tried to do the Lizzo song, and looked like Harley Quinn or something. But I thought she got exposed. I guess she got into it with Ashley, right? And
they had a big falling out, which is crazy because they were friends for like 20 years.
Oh yeah, I think they're both Air Force veterans.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and even Michelle, they're not friends anymore. She crazy. Yeah. The Gangstar exposed her. And she got into beef with Pearly Things.
Wow. So she freaking I didn't know it was that deep. Timbo
said going on, man.
He said, interesting. A dude named Hardcore Tito was talking about Andrew Wilson. He let Speakeasy on. Of course, he spurred out on the host a week or so. Tito's whoa, wow, yep. You know, so and that's why Mike was warning people. I think
about him,
yeah.
Did you know, MD? Did you know that Rolo a few years back he was on No Jumper, right? You know, No Jumper, Adam 22, and he was being interviewed, and they have like almost 5,000 subs. And in that interview with the Poetic Flacco in studio, Rolo, he brought you up in your channel, your old channel. I don't know if you ever caught that.
Recently?
Yeah.
Or he was recently?
No, this is about like maybe about 2 years ago.
And
2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I think I sent you an email about it to tell you. I was like, holy.
Oh,
no,
wow. I don't have that email. My email now is Wisdom Radio.
Bro, he brought you up. Like, that's how much of you're holding space in his head.
Wow.
He was like, people like smashed TV.
Like, oh my, that is hilarious.
On No Jumper. Like, millions of people were watching.
Because we sold the channel. Yeah, Scribe was.
I'll find it. I'll find a clip.
Computer genius. So he like knows how to do, you know, the YouTube channel. Like if you ever want to, you know, if people how they sell it. And because I told him, I said, look, you know, I said I'd rather do the knowledge thing, you know, and
better for your soul, probably.
Yeah,
like,
you know,
positive.
And he wants me, you know, he wanted me to go back to it. I said it's a very volatile field, you know.
Yes.
And Scribe is very knowledgeable too. So I said, look, you know about the cryptid and all of this other stuff. I said, let's you know, let's work on that. And wow, wait till I don't know if he's listening. I think he might be listening, but he was on earlier. And tomorrow I think he's gonna do the show because I told him we should stream like every day. And you know, I missed Thursday. So I said, once the book is ready, I said, then a lot of channels. It's going to bring some controversy because I'm keeping it scientific, but it definitely points without a doubt toward creation. I went on some panels, they try to call me a creationist, and I said, well, wait a second, you're a creationist too. You're just telling me it was created by random nothingness, but you're telling me it was created. I'm saying, look, it's something. I'm not saying it's religious, but when you look at cells, single cell organism, this is not forming by chance. And then also talking about the differences in humans, why, we look different, why things are, compatible. And, what people don't like is that, people who are afraid of difference is that there's something underneath our skin that connects us more than what we see on the skin. And they're afraid of that. So to put it in a way where they can argue if they want, but I'm going to, keep it very civil, treat people with respect and civility, love more. Like Mr. X and I was talking about, it's like, man, if I could go back and at least, go back and not know to say win lotto, but just to know, like, holy smokes, I'm back and I'm going to appreciate everything much more, love more, and so if I would do that then, why not do it now and just try to treat people now? Yeah, I can also come out the part of me. I tell people, look, if they ask me if I'm a good person, I say sometimes.
MD?
Right.
Azra, yeah, you all right?
I mean, suddenly it just went blank. So I thought there was some problem with the speaker.
What? Oh, your speaker.
Regarding, I it just went blank for some time, and I was seeing the time rolling by, so I thought there might have been some problem with my speaker.
Oh no, we hear you. Yeah.
Now, you always had that positive, always teaching mode about you, like so much stuff that, look at me, like when I found your channel, I think it was like 2019 or something like that, or like I was already married, and like, so I'm not your average black pill listener, but I still got a lot of value after you. And some of my favorite things I learned from you was when you were giving like real world like advice and stories about growing up and living and things you've encountered and stuff. That to this day, I still get value off it, man. So
wow.
Yeah, it's always about never forgot. Even though I haven't been around, I've never forgot my time over here.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Scribe, he was telling me I should do something about my life story because I've spoken with him in private a lot more. And he's like, man, you got some some crazy stories, but they're good. And I appreciate that, man. We've been working together for 5 years now. He's a great friend, man, like a brother. And we're doing a lot of good things. And now, I'm, it's amazing. You got me thinking, like, I can't believe Rollo mentioned.
Yeah, I put it in the back so when you have a chance, you can skim it, like, offline or whatever. I'm gonna look to see I'm like, I told my friend Black Scale. His name was Black Scale. He was a mod. I think he used to be a mod for you. We still talk to this day, like my best friend now. Yeah, and like
Black Spear.
No, Black Scale. His name was Black Scale. I don't know what his name was.
Black Circle.
No. It was Black Scale. He might have changed his name too when he was over here. The point is, like, we were influenced by you and Scribe in the channel. Like to this day, we're still good friends. We're still good friends. Man. And yeah, I remember when we saw this when it happened. So let me see. This was let me see, 2000. Here you go.
I just got the video. Is it
2 years ago? It was 2 years ago.
On the video with Rollo, is it beginning, middle, or
I don't know. I have to go look, skim it, but it's definitely this one. I got you in the right direction because I was like, he's talking about. I'm like, they might not know who no disrespect to the channel, but like who you're talking about. But obviously, he got in his mind or something.
Yeah, the fat Why though, brother. Good to see you, Why though, man. My brother, Why though. Yeah, that is like so hilarious because, like you're saying, it's still
lingering.
Affected him. Holy smoke!
Yeah, that was MD. Yeah, we used to hang out a lot. That's actually where I met Buddha and Shift over there at Smash TV about like 4 years ago. Yeah, so that was good to tap in with him. So let's look at Blast from the Past. I think this episode of NPC, the game, Gabriel Carbo Games, was from 4 months ago. So it's called Orbiters, the beta male and the female orbiter, and why the nuclear family matters. So let's check it out. Let's see if you recognize any of these people.
He's in it for that fame that he gets. To him, this is
Jessica.
some weird, twisted fame and power and authority.
He
This
wants
is something.
to be the next John St. Julian, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing is he doesn't want to go help any little unfortunate children that are living in poverty, you know, or help sick children. He's not doing anything, right?
He's going to kill them.
He wants to reap the benefits of, like, say, John St. Julian only from
Yes.
the same type.
Yeah, but the thing is
Well, because Jack
OTW
doesn't
is
know how to
serious.
grift, okay?
Hold on,
Or
hold
if he
on,
does,
hold on,
he
OT.
sucks at it.
Hold on.
Yeah. Jack.
Respectful, man. Go ahead, John.
you know what, Gabriel, thank you. Okay, because your honesty and you do demonstrate character. And
think
I
so.
truly admire and respect you. And admittedly, that is why I got a little triggered.
Yeah.
Should wipe
Paul,
that
can I-
cum off the side
Be
of your mouth, Jack.
nice. Never-
Come on, bro. That's bro. To be honest, I'll be nice. I would say I think Jack could whip
This
your
is-
ass in real
this-
life, but that we're not going there. But like, go ahead. Go ahead. That's what
Are you serious?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I mean,
Have you ever
you-
seen me physically
No.
flex on camera?
Our poll now pointing
Oh,
out
yeah,
in
I play
chat
that
that
every night.
OTW is selling virtual land. Jack, you should get like virtual like candidates for all the black people on YouTube. You should get virtual Section 8. It'll trigger people. We can promote and mark. Come on, dude, go with it. It's for promotion and marketing. You know I don't have hate in my heart, man. Come on, it's out of love.
Nonsense.
Section 8 virtual
ridiculous,
tenders.
man.
Nonsense.
Okay, let's
Don't
get the
do
bits out for a
anything
second. Let's
but
let Jack
a
get his shit off, guys.
You're right. I'm so excited. I can't even contain myself.
You guys are amazing.
I so understand you, Paul.
See, Paul misunderstood today as well. And
Oh, yeah.
Joe,
Paul's been
Joe-
misunderstanding for the past 3 years, right?
Let that nigga talk.
Let him talk,
Man.
bro. Then you can talk. You get your chance, OT.
thank you.
Uh.
And let me address OTW since he seems to want my attention. Yeah, Paul has been wrong the past several years about me. I'm not a joke. And I know you find it pretty fucking comfortable to treat me like a joke, OTW, because you don't know what is real. The evidence that you're trying to sell fucking made up land shows that you live in a fairy tale.
Damn.
Right. And the fact
Go
that
ahead.
you used you multiple times to project that onto me is fascinating as well.
Your story is yours. The facts are the facts. So,
All right. Good.
Go ahead.
tell you what, today, honestly, I tuned in a little bit ago, and I think you were honest earlier too. You care about Landry. He's a great dude. He's authentic, and he's kind of feeling his way out. You don't want to see him wasting his time. But the reality is, you saw him spending time with me as a waste of his time. And that's
it's not
kind of,
you.
I
I'll
know.
just say this real quick. It's not you. It's those other guys. It's a combination of like those guys.
Right.
Because when it's just you and him,
The Jack Talcott circus.
That's
Yeah.
a good distinction.
when it's just you and him, just like when it's you as me, I've had some of the most fucking fascinating,
I was saying
practical, useful conversations. That's it. And yeah, maybe I'm being selfish, but that's
so
that's what it is.
I understand
just-
both y'all part.
It didn't come through clearly, but the
No, it
reality
didn't.
is, him and I are testing out working together,
Mhm.
right? OTW and I, we tried, and he gets in. He wants to play his fucking games. Well, I'm not into the games as much, so
Mhm.
we parted ways. And
Mm.
I've never seen a reason to go back and talk to him again, but he clearly has in his mind no reason to speak with me with any respect again either. So today has been a fascinating, wonderful opportunity. And I tell you what, today starts the rest of our lives.
Oh, be nice.
He's right. I mean,
Okay.
it is what it is. Take
All
it from
right.
just the words. Yeah, those aren't
See,
empty.
see, Paul, this is why I learned from NPC. I'm finna shut up, calm down. This is the lesson he's been teaching me, right?
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm finna relax a bit.
All
Well, there's
all-
an expression that
Go
we
ahead.
have here in Quebec. Okay, and
Mhm.
I'll say it out loud in French, so all of the people that don't understand French fucking like ask themselves what the hell is he saying. Je mettrai pas des gants blancs pour personne. All right, so that means
Mhm. Now, this statement that he's this phrase that OTW is saying, he said it several times, and it definitely hits some heart. Like he gets a lot of value out of it, and like I didn't understand what he said in French, but then he's gonna explain it what it means in English, and I still to this day still trying to figure out. So maybe you can help me translate it in the chat. Let's see.
that I will not wear any white gloves for anyone. And I guess I don't know if you guys understand what that means, but
I will not wear any white gloves for anyone.
back in the day, the servants would wear white gloves, or the people that would actually check if the servants did their job right would go ahead and wear white gloves and wipe the top of the surfaces of things to see if it was dirty or not.
Mhm.
All right. So this is
Yeah.
the expression means like, I'm not going to wear these white gloves for you motherfuckers. All right. And not for you, not for NPC, not for anybody. If I have to call you out for the bullshit that you do, I fucking will. You know, it's like, I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it and be nice.
I mean, get that part. He said he doesn't want to. OTW says he doesn't want to. What do you say? He's not going to be afraid to call people out. I get that, but the metaphor, I'm still wrapping my mind around it.
Just to
You
make you
cats-
feel better about yourself.
You cats know
Idiot.
that's
That-
an
Idiot,
option
whatever.
without
Yeah,
getting
that's
to
an
your
option.
feelings and emotions. Every time someone calls you out and expresses something about you don't like, it is not your time to get wounded and fucking call them names. You can say that shit, and then that guy should be able to say, "Here's the right things, the shortcoming," without all emotion. If you have a serious argument, back that shit up.
Right.
There's a
but
different
you-
world
I don't
out
no,
think- I don't
there's a
think that I don't
problem
do
there
that, Joe.
because the problem is that you're discounting emotion, and actually emotion is a prominent part of how we all communicate with each other.
I am discounting to some degree. I agree.
Right.
I can't
But
let
that,
it run.
like
that,
shutting
that,
it down,
that
right,
is
Joe?
actually
Yes, tone
morally
it down. I
incorrect
can't let it be
because
in
what you
charge.
have to at least integrate some level of emotion,
Of
which
course.
I'm not saying
actually
take it out.
leads, let me
I'm not saying
finish,
take
to
it out.
actually where it actually leads to inspiration. And then where it leads to another form of actually, people believing in that particular inspiration,
Wait.
following through it and actually integrating whatever that person is passionate about in their own lives, and then applying that process to make changes.
We all agree with that. But
Yo, make changes. Let's see what that with the awards. What's going on with the awards? What's up, Steel Man? Okay. So let's see this right now. NPC awards for the debate host sector. Voting day number 3, day number 2. Okay, 947 votes. Wow, that shatters the old record of what was it from the Generation X sector voting? which had 568. Flow State won at 47%. OTW came in second at a close 43%. But yeah, this current one, Rob Noor with 64% of the vote. Sarah the Raging Tomato with 20. Rob Noor kicking ass big time. Rob Noor kicking ass. Jesus. That's a he's killing 36%. By 36%. Wow. Not bad, Rob Noor. Still got 5 days left. Looks like we're gonna hit over 1,000 votes, my friends. Yeah. See what other old school streams we had going on back in the links in the bio. It's pinned, so if anybody wants to hop on, tell me what's really going on. Yeah. I had a 1967 Mustang, my first car. Yeah, that was it. See what Machine Lies has to say back in the day. How long ago was this? Came out a year ago. Oh my gosh. A year ago. What were we talking about? What were we talking about a year ago?
Right? How you can make it better is that you become more efficient in making the product. Right?
Right.
Now, pretty soon, making a good product doesn't become as important as the goal of efficiency. The means becomes the goal.
The means,
It's like you got tricked.
right.
You got swindled, and that's why I say technology itself is a swindle. This is how it mentally tricks you.
Technology is a swindle. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, Lady Let's gonna help us with the I just said it. Idiom. So White Glove's idiom means an individual is unwilling to be overly delicate, performative, or constrained by strict social etiquette, or propriety in their actions or speech, especially when facing difficult situations or in or in pursuit of a significant goal. So yeah, so you're going to be harsh with your criticism or something like that. Okay, thank you for that. A little bit more, understand a little bit more, a little bit better, I guess.
In all forms of technology too, because it's not just you mentioned this in one of your previous broadcasts about how maybe I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but like how language is a technology as well, right? It's a type of, because we're communicating, so it's a technology. So a lot of times with our words, first of all, am I onto that? What you said? Something similar.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I thought so. And I noticed it because I did a broadcast a couple of days ago about, how this big thing is 20 versus 1, where there's like 20 girls and like one dude, like a rapper, in this white like hollow deck room, and they're like popping these balloons. You've seen that, right?
No, I'm not aware of this.
Oh, that's probably good. Your mind's probably in higher thought and whatnot. But sometimes because I get so high spiritually, intellectually, that I need to go down to earth and relate to the the masses. So anyway, that's my excuse for watching this trash. So I was watching this show, bro, and they have this dumb rapper named Little Dump, a low-cal rapper, right? And he has these 20 thoughts, 20 like girls, and the first thing he asked.
Speaking of thoughts, I found this one. This is a blast for the past. This is from What's Your Sign? 1 year ago, yeah.
You know, with
Eternal.
everything in life, when you sort of, you know, put that thought, that energy, that, you know, frequency of transmitting that within you, then you push that back out and it creates that form of reality perception.
Right. Right. You get what you spit out. It's like a
Right.
mirroring effect. The universe is a mirroring effect. Shout out
It
to
is.
Chanel Snow. Looking good in the mirror. What's up? She says hi to the chat. Yeah, shout out to her too. She gave me a lot of cool high power PDFs and
Amazing.
some charts about that. She knows what's up on that. She's very versed in astrology and the metaphysics and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, like in those readings you were talking about, like those dope women that give readings online
Yeah.
and stuff and give their take on it. The funny thing is, if they were talking about Scorpio or Libra or you know, or any of the signs, I bet you, especially if they're good at presenting themselves and expressing themselves, Leo, expressing yourself, they can get you to see how you're also Scorpio too, or Leo too, whatever they're talking about. Because that's the thing about these natal charts. They're not just our sun sign. They're all the planets, all the elements, you know, we have all of those that make up who our personality is. And that's when I think astrology, to make it like not all a woo woo wah wah, like it's just a way to look at our personality. That's how I see it, right?
You know, I am
Yeah.
actually, you just struck something in my mind. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to figure out how the, you know, the signs can correlate to Crater Earth, because I'm a big Crater Earther. And that would be really interesting to figure out, actually, because I feel like, you know, when they talk about star signs, it's very, you know, like you say, like with the planets and stuff. And for me, I don't necessarily believe in planets. So that would be interesting to see. But I do believe in star signs to a extent. So that would be interesting for me to do my own, you know, inner thinking and researching and putting together, you know, how that can be if we were, if the moon was our, you know, the reflection of the bigger earth, which I believe, you know, a big possibility it is.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing I'm doing here is basically trying to self-actualize and upgrade my consciousness by engaging with people here on my channel, right?
Yes.
So, which is like bringing like the big picture stuff into the small picture, which is our lives and narrative. So that's what we can do, is we can use what's out inside out of us and see how it corresponds to what we're doing and what we're doing. Like you mentioned the moon, about the whole reflecting and all that. That's what it does. You're so you said, what is Crater Earth? What's up out of you? And Bullwinkle Moose and Rocky the Squirrel at What's the Matter You, right? What's a Crater Earther? I guess someone who believes that the Earth is a crater in the moon. Last time I heard somebody actually talking about that or researching that, has to do with the Earth being part of the moon. I was a bit confused on that. So I think that is true. The moon reflects, right? This is why it represents your emotions and your inner dialogue and like how you conversate you and like how you feel comfortable. You know, what do you need to feel cozy and comfortable? Because that's what the moon does for Earth. You know, it reflects and it dictates the tides of the ocean. It pulls the water back and forth, just like how our emotional self is dictated by, like, you know, it's kind of like the emotion is represented by water. We say the water signs, right? So it makes sense that by being nostalgic, which is what the moon is, thinking about your mother, which is the moon, and how you were raised can really swing your emotions. Because they say people who have a weird, interesting mood position, like that could reflect how you look at the world. Because who's your first teacher growing up? Your mother, right? Your mother.
Right.
A lot of times, in your first nurse. So if you have a
Mm.
not so balanced relationship with your mom growing up, you may look at the world as a very scary, unsafe place.
Wow, that
You
really
know,
hits
yeah,
deep
yeah,
somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. But if you have a mom that kind of like did her best to make you feel safe and whatnot, you can like look at the world as an open place. But some people, especially mama's boys, the mom made it too easy for them, so they like kind of
Yeah.
gullible, right? Trust everybody, right? So there has to be a balance in there, just like how the moon has a balanced relationship with the earth. It doesn't fly into the earth and hit it, because we'd be
Right.
fucked if that happened, right?
Yeah.
It's like a balanced relationship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. All right. So that's good old Eternal. Hope she's doing good. Let's get back to this Orbiters broadcast.
You guys
I love it
saw
when
me
you
on,
project like that, Jack. It's just, I love it when all of you do it. I just love it.
Because you do it too. You're doing it right now. Because like I was about to say, all of us are growing very slowly, almost like a caterpillar in a cocoon. It may not seem like it to all of us, because we don't spend all the time together, but there are little changes being made. Like just for me, I'll take the L. I missed the growth that happened earlier in the show, right? Because I was in myself, you know.
Yeah.
But stepping away, there was growth made, you know. So to say that like he's not changing, that's not fair. Even if maybe it's not going as fast as we want to. That's
Yeah,
not
I could
fair.
say he's
I didn't say
changing.
he's not changing. I'm just saying I'm not gonna like entertain
Landry?
some sort of disagreement with him right now. It's like I don't feel
see.
like it.
No one
feel
wants
like
you up here, buddy. Landry, you got to go. No one wants you up here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll-
No, what's up, Landry? I appreciate
I'll
you
see my way out.
telling Paul and Jack and them that I actually have a career. That I just don't. At the end, I caught that. Like, I'm not.
Oh,
like,
yeah. No, I mean,
I'm not
that's the
just
thing,
loafing around.
You miss one bit of context in this kind of situation, and like it can make a whole difference. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 10 seconds.
Landry, they've been speaking well about you, by the way. That's why I was joking. They've been speaking very well. NPC and Jack about
That's
you.
my dog.
Hopefully,
Just so
man.
you
I
know,
mean, they're-
Gabe,
they're
after the
two-
broadcast was over, before Jack of All Media told me to tell you, don't quit your day job, all right?
Okay. Yeah.
So you say, man, that's
Yeah.
it's like a
But
roller
choose
coaster,
love, though,
man.
right? Choose love while you go get Jack some wonton soup or whatever it is that you.
Wonton soup. What the hell you eat? I don't even know. Where are you from? Philly? So I can clown.
No, it's New York.
Yeah.
I mean, oh,
He's
even
from the
worse.
East Coast, man. He's from
Even
the
worse.
right
Crazy,
side of
bro.
the
That's
country.
village,
we
right?
could talk shit. We could poke fun. At the end of the day, man, it's all gone through my head. Just like you said earlier. Oh, you're gonna sell Depends or
Depends,
whatever it
that's
was.
what it
I
was,
ain't
yeah.
above any of it, bro. I've thought about
Yeah.
reinvesting some of the value and getting a food truck, and that'll be my next channel, right? My
No, that's
goofy ass
good.
sitting
No,
there
the whole
pushing
job
food.
sitting. I was trying to search for something I can hit him with, because it's like, but in the end, you're making a business. You're right. Or in the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying different things, bro,
Hey,
because
wait a
I don't
minute.
want to get
Did you
stagnant.
find? Did you find a food truck?
What do you
Because
mean?
there's one for sale here, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Mm.
OTW, please. I'm not buying a food truck from Canada and figuring out how to get it over here.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean,
So I won't quit. So wait, I won't quit my day job for sure, but just don't quit your side job for the diapers as well.
No, they quit it for me, man.
Go get your side
Oh,
box. In other
eBay
words.
was corrupt.
I
Big
thought you were
surprise.
talking to Jack the whole time. I was like,
Oh, I'm
oh,
talking to
you're
Paul. Yeah.
So hey Jack, you remember how earlier I was talking to you about these people, and it's kind of crazy how this kind of roller coaster night happened when I was talking about how NPC is like doing. We were both talking about how much we appreciated his just his way of kind of. I mean, both have a different way of doing it, but it's a very, I think, a good way as far as there's a lot of people who want to be in these spaces. Both of y'all in a way that it's admirable, because people, even if they hate you, they still want to be here. They still want to be a part of it. And I mean, you'll both do it differently, but you're both, I don't know. I'm not just trying to kiss ass either. I'm just saying y'all are more alike than I think you realize. You know what I mean? Because I mean, just like when I see Orthodox guy up here, I feel some type of way. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
wait. What
He's
pisses you
in there
off?
somewhere.
You know what I mean? It's
Yo.
just like one of those things where I'm like, he said things
Shout out
about
to
you,
Orthodox.
and I'm like, but the one thing I said when I first started coming on these panels is, my goal is to never lose my shit on camera, and I'll stick to that until
That's good.
one of y'all takes me out.
Hey, good luck with that, bro.
That's what they tell me. That's what they tell me. But hey, at least
Would it be
it's a
ironic if
goal.
I was the one that made him do it?
Probably the ones who matter the most make you the most angry sometimes in life.
This is why I'm telling you this. That's why I know Jack's coming from a place of love. And the one thing too, dude, like if I was joking around on here and like making fun of you, I'm my bad, bro. Because like come up and talk shit to me or confront me, say what the fuck you're saying if you have time. Because
I could
my
have
bad,
reached
dog.
out. I could have
NP
reached out easily.
NPC,
What up?
I hadn't taken into the account him being no factor. That would have made you rush
Oh,
in
Landry,
also.
yeah.
I didn't think about
Yeah.
that part. Yeah.
And in
I
the
also
end,
think-
bro, like I'm not trying to break up like the collab they have too. I want them to do good.
Yeah, of course. I know how you feel about Jack, man. Because
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, you always when
I
I
can't get
give him
away from
shit.
them. I love them
Yeah.
so much.
I
can't
just
quit
want to
you.
say that Laundry was on my broadcast yesterday. Yeah,
Who's that?
Laundry, the pile of clothes in the corner over there. He was on my broadcast. And he did a pretty damn good job. Okay, so I'm fucking Laundry if anybody's fucking him. So everybody back off. He's mine. I'm the god of all media.
Oh, bro.
Golly.
You're the daddy for sure. Howard
Uh,
Stern is the king of
right.
all media, but like you are the daddy of the panelverse for sure.
I hate I broke up with Landry now.
Use a condom, Paul.
If
Get to it.
anyone,
Hey,
I'm choosing love.
Speaking of Landry,
Raw.
dude, this guy, this Landry guy, he was on this taco thing last night, and I still
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
this
that was the
debate.
craziest thing that happened for my week
Yeah.
because I've never met a dude like this guy. Well, I have because there's a lot of them,
Who Pero?
but
I think
No,
breakfast taco.
not taco, but the guy JG is his name.
Oh,
Oh, that's that
JG.
Tommy ball washer.
a different
I
guy-
like
one.
JG though. He's
No,
always been
this-
cool to me. I have to say that.
This is a different one over on tacos. It's not JG. It's something like that though.
Okay.
GJ, JJ, JL. It's like
So
letters.
Wolfie.
JL, I think.
But
Something
dude,
like
the way that this guy like talked to me is just as someone who said that I believe in a higher power God, even though I don't claim to be a
Mhm.
Christian. It's so antagonistic, and that's what they do over there, and I get it. That's the thing. It's just the rage
Yeah,
thing, but they never come together like this at
Taco,
the
man.
end. You know what I mean?
right on,
yeah.
right on.
But
I like
Are
that
what's
show.
they
fascinating,
based on
dude-
atheism over there? That's the
yeah,
whole
that's
channel,
the whole
right?
thing. But what we were debating is that I was telling them that we cannot. There are things in this life that we cannot physically measure. That was the whole like for mostly
Mm.
an hour of it.
Yeah.
And I was
Most
saying,
things we cannot.
Well,
Yeah.
we cannot measure love, right? And they were trying to tell me that you can measure love. And I was saying, okay, well, can we measure it like physical objects in the same way? Can we measure it? Is there a unit of measurement that we can use to like the same way we would with a keyboard mouse or a microphone? And
Mhm.
they just had to say yes because science has to know everything. So we spent
not
an
really a
hour going
thing.
around
I
the
don't
ringer,
like that.
dude. It was insane. I mean,
You can definitely measure love. I watched Jack do it on a broadcast one time. He measures
Yeah.
from his fist to where the brown ring ends.
He has these 20 girls and he can literally go on a date with them. And probably, yes, it's a show, but I'm sure these girls are very promiscuous and whatnot. So he can get, what he wants sexually from them. And so the first thing he asks them, and these girls are willing to talk to him, listen to what he has to say, is like, oh, where'd you get your gold? Where'd you get your diamonds and whatnot? Right. And this reminded me of the fact that one, it's a really stupid question, something to state when you first meet somebody that you're attracted to or you want to get at. And two, that's like a surrogate activity. Like the point of the show, and probably the point in his mind was at first is like, when you're younger, I want to meet girls. I want to meet young ladies, right? I mean, at least that's where it was when I was in my 20s, but he's so focused on what it takes to, in his mind, how to get these girls, these young ladies, right? That the process of what to wear and what the correct things to say and how to act, and that like when he has one in front of him, the goal is detached, and he has stupid questions like, or it says stupid thing like, where'd you get your jewelry from, bro? Like, so that's my way of trying to relate the big picture, these big picture ideas to the small picture, like, and how a lot of times even the way we approach people socially is totally detached from the goal of what we probably intended for, you know. Do you think there's a way we can, like, a solution to this, like, type of untrue behavior?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the problem, to summarize, is really like this. You know, is that because I kind of made it more complicated than it needs to be, but but the thing is that to explain it in a very succinct way, right? We have we chase artificial
That's what we
means,
like, succinct.
right? That are developed through specialized means. How are they developed through specialized means? Well, it's the rule of experts that derives most of these conveniences, right?
Right.
And convenience and laziness become the mother of invention. You see, that is the essential trick that it plays, because specialized means, right? All specialized means, they are they create side effects, right? And to deal with those side effects, because those specialized means, because the more closed off a system is to dealing with changes that are outside of it, in a way, the more complete it is, right? But the more susceptible it is to what's going on outside of it, so it can't really perceive. So the more specialized a person is at their task, not only are they good at completing that task, but they don't see how that task really connects to whatever else is going on, right?
Right.
They're able to block all that out. They're able to just focus in on the problem. So
Right.
specialized means create compensatory mechanisms, because of the side effects that they create. Pretty soon, the compensatory mechanisms become, the whole entire goal. That's where the surrogate activity comes out, and that you're doing things not for your own means of subsistence, right? Or something, and you're doing tasks that don't actually go at the speed and pace of human movement.
Right.
You're setting in motion tasks and operations that don't necessarily relate to your own happiness, your own level of skill, your own personal satisfaction. Finding a lover, being a part of a community, those sort of things that Kaczynski says are deeply personal, value engendering behaviors, and obviously this whole process is without morality, right? Why? Because morality is based on a sense of purpose. It's not based on the ends that you get, right? Technique is inherently utilitarian, right? In the way it engenders its its ethical demands, right?
Right.
I said right, but it's like, okay, let's break that down even more. But what's the matter? You says he caught up, right? But he can barely find anything coherent about Creator Earth theory. Like, yeah, I don't know. Wasn't too interested in it, and this, quite frankly, there's not too many things I can say I'm not interested in. I'm interested in almost learning about everything, but that right there, not a top priority right there. Trying to figure out what Machine is saying right here about technique. Let's talk about technique.
Personal value engendering behaviors, and obviously this whole process is without morality, right? Why? Because morality is based on a sense of purpose. It's not based on the ends that you get, right? Technique is inherently utilitarian, right? In the way it engenders its its ethical demands, right?
Right. And you speaking on purpose, I mean, that's something I've been rotating on that for a while too, is getting your purpose. And how does the technology that
what's your purpose, TVT? Like, we're talking about goodness. Goodness is being good. Goodness is doing what's right for the greater good, as well as yourself, aligned in the moment. What is technique
use every day, how does that relate
purpose
to finding our purpose? Because finding our purpose is my purpose is something that's the only game in town. When I strip away everything else, bro, all the surrogate activities, that's the
What's
goal.
your purpose, chat?
You know, so how can technology help us with that, or maybe it can't? What's your thoughts?
Well, I think that you know, that technology is part of the essence of who we are. You know, I think everything has technique attached to it. You know, I think technique is just a how-to, right, behind any process. And the problem with that is that if you leave any how-to, you know, on its own, then anyone can use it, right? So how-tos don't require agency, right?
Right.
Because they're manuals. They're not, you know, agents who have knowledge, right? So a technique is not the same as knowledge, right? So so how does it relate to our purpose? You know, I think that we're alienated from our own you know, drive to create and understand what we can create, you know, by what's set in motion around us. So in a sense, our ability to be technological is taken away from us. You know, and our ability to interface with nature, you know, and that's why I think that really artifice creates numbness, right? If you look at what it's doing to us, if you look at what it's doing to most people, you know, that it's really, you know, it's the cause of people being NPCs and all of that type of stuff, is that people are in a foggy state of detachment, right? They're only, you know, halfway engaged in whatever's going on around them. And that's because most things are mediated for them.
Right.
Right. They're not able to participate fully.
Right. They're not. They're like skywalking, like Miguel. They're sleepwalking. This is why I call this channel NPC the Game. Is it? This probably leads on to my next. What I'm going to talk. We're going to talk about simulation. You know how that simulation theory but if we are living in the walk with me, guys. If we're living in a simulation, then most people are NPCs. Well, let's say everyone's an NPC until they quote unquote wake up. And I think what's happening right now, and individually, people are waking up, and then we got to define what does waking up actually mean. Well, maybe for this sake of this discussion, is waking up is being aware of what you're doing in the present moment, right? And I think slowly but surely in this NPC, the game, people are waking up to certain things. And a lot of times when you wake up, some people wake up grumpy, some people wake up happy, and some people stay asleep. And I think for me anyway, remembering this type of stuff can cause a lot of bring me a lot of peace of mind, because everyone's on their own journey, right? Some people,
everyone's on their own journey, huh? What's up with back to the eternal one, what we were talking about? Everyone on their own journey. What's your sign?
That's so true.
And Chanel was saying about this comment, Aries supermoon. This supermoon will be the biggest moon of 2024, and that's coming up the full moon. And you know what? Eternal, an easy way to figure out what sign the moon is, because the moon goes through all signs of the zodiac in 28 days. Like every couple of days, that's what the moon is in a specific sign, and that's like the energy, the emotion of the earth. Right?
Simulation, huh?
Well, the crazy thing is, here in Australia, I haven't seen, you know, the moon in a month, and just yesterday, bang, it was you know, the full moon, and it was.
Some people think that I've heard people think that the moon was dragged here many years ago, you know, by some extraterrestrials, maybe even Earthlings with computer technology. right? Some people think it's hollow. David Icke had some videos about that back in the day. And yeah, I mean, it's a simulation. Is this a simulation? What's really going on? Who knows? It's simulation or not, it's real enough, right? Right? Simulation. It's the greatest simulation, right? Your works add up for points and karma, cause and effect. For use this simulation to construct the ultimate simulation to when you quote unquote pass. Oh my gosh, she said. For fuck's sake. Is that what she said? I woke up instantly, became incredibly disturbed and disgusted with a permanent bad hair day. Permanent bedhead stuck in the simulation. I see the moon here every day, every few days at least. Okay. You see it during the day too. No space, no planet, all perceived here. All perceived here is duped. We're like in a holodeck with that theory. Like Star Trek, the holodeck, a blank screen projecting what we think. Yeah, awareness beyond awareness. Projecting it onto this moment right now.
Wow, just almost breathtaking just to see it again, in a sense. And I was like, whoa.
Right. It was. I'm sure it's like awe-inspiring, huh? When you see it.
I've always been one to just look up at everything. Like every time I'm outside, I just look up and I'm really, observational, and I just take everything in. And I'm one of those people. Like you just see me just gazing, looking, and so
Right.
yeah.
You keep your feet on the ground while you're staring up at the stars. That's a good way to put it, because you don't want to float out like some of these Pisces Neptune energy. You're some of these people are so mystical that they just float out into the ethers, which is cool. But I mean, if you want to get stuff done in the 3D reality on Earth, you got to be grounded somewhat, huh?
Yeah. And I get told so many times I need to be more grounded. In the sense of, just going barefoot, going into, soil and the grass and everything, and, even hugging a tree, and I get told all the time, like, that would be really beneficial for me. And so, but yeah, I'm cool with the bugs and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to hug no tree.
I mean, maybe you don't have to hug it, but you can at least, you want to get into that realm. You can walk around it. A good way to introduce yourself to those trees is to walk around it slowly. It's kind of letting it know that you're aware of it. And maybe you'll have some type of connection. Because not everyone's a hugger, Yeah. Even with people.
Well, no, with people, like I'm very affectionate. But with trees and bugs, But outside, I have a beautiful rose sort of garden outside my house. So I always give thanks and talk to them and say how beautiful my roses are all the time.
Yeah. That's a very what you just described. That's a very shout out to Shift, the shifty one, the one and only over there in New York, the real Gotham City. He says my rising sign is Libra, so Venus beauty is plenty in me. Yeah, his rising sign is Venus, which is beauty, Venus, right? Art. However, his sun sign is Taurus, and people say that because even though the Earth doesn't technically have a sign, a sun sign, I would have to say that if any sign embodies the Earth, it would be Taurus. Those people born in May, right? Those people born in the Taurus, because they're so earthy. That's why they're so good. They're so good at producing stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, well, my middle son is Taurus.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
My oldest son is Gemini, like me, and then my youngest, my daughter, she's Cancer.
Okay, you're all around the same time period already.
Yeah, we are. It's like May, June, July.
Mhm.
It's like all within the middle. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
the whole
works out.
gamut.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the Cancer.
expensive months.
Oh yeah, for birthdays and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you still have to hit up Christmas because that's it's
Yeah.
like some people like get screwed with that. They're like, oh, it's my birthday's on Christmas, so people just give them one gift or whatever. But that's a very Taurus thing though, of always like thinking about the gifts. Because we can say like be all high and mighty, self-righteous, say, oh, that's material, something like maybe an air or a water sign might say, oh, that's material, doesn't really matter. It's more about connections or higher thoughts, right? But it does matter to some people, material things. It does matter to give your girlfriend or your wife some flowers or a nice little treat every now and then, especially people that have like a lot of earth in their chart. People talk about love languages and all that, but you can do that with almost anything in one way.
Yeah, well, Leah, what do you're saying that all perceive with the five senses that cannot be trusted or in an altered state, given illusions on the builders of the construct matrix, Dupal. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're in the avatar body, it's like a mech, organic mech, right? Mech warrior costume, right? Suit. That's not your arms and whatnot, but hey, man, you're using it like it is. So, like I said earlier, it's real enough. Now, I guess this is why people like my friend Jeff used to have a business, float tank business, deprivation tank, sensory deprivation tank business, where people would pay money to, just literally be just a floating consciousness. So, I mean, that's cool. It's a good reminder about how it may be in actuality, or point to it more than it is when we're in these bodies. But like I said, these bodies are real enough, and they're trying to run it up. Some of us are trying to run it up and explore. You can use knowing people's chart and like where their trigger points are, so you can avoid those, and also where their happy points are too, where you can like lift them up and celebrate them as well. Yeah. Thanks.
Right now we have
So
Libra month. Yeah, Libra month, which is October, thinking about the other, which is interesting enough because Scotty right here, Scotty boy, he said he's an Aries, just like Shadowback, and the opposite of Libra is Aries. And a good way to learn about the other is to learn about yourself as well. Because if you really want to be emphasized with somebody, the other, which is Libra, the other, think about how you want to be treated sometimes. And hopefully you want to treat yourself in a good way. So it makes sense to treat the other the same way. So they think these things go hand in hand. Have you ever heard of your what they call the north and south node of the moon, Leslie? What that represents?
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah, because supposedly there's the moon, the north node is like the North Pole, and the south node is the South Pole, and if whatever signs in those two areas kind of represents the north node, we could say represents your potential in life. So, for example, my north node is in Libra. This is why I think this carnation of me, if there is reincarnation, all that, this carnation of me here and now, I focus on relationships with others. That's Libra, and I like art, and I like to create art and like make things better. That's what Libras do. They kind of they take something that's existing and they make it even better.
Wow. That's so good.
Yeah. So that's our potential. But then the South node, which is the opposite of whatever the sign is in the North, is Aries for me. That's where I've been. We can say that was my past life, my past karma. So I was very individualist, but in a good way, maybe, because being selfish is not bad. It's actually being totally in the moment.
It's all
to be
on how
right. Go ahead.
You are selfish about certain things. It can be beneficial because you are yourself and you're putting yourself first in some situations, and that's okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's like all those rams go head first down the mountain without, They just do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those people who are Aries, they're so brave. They look so brave to the rest of us because they're a lot of times they're not even thinking. They're so comfortable with themselves that they just do it. You know, they just do it, right? And what better way to get over fear or uncomfortable situation than just go for it? You know. Good to see you. What's the matter, you? Stay cozy, man. Where you at anyway? Weather's bad. Yeah, I'm from Cali originally, so I don't, especially where I live, where I'm from, don't get too crazy weather. No snow really. Anyway, yeah. What's really going on? Yeah, like I said earlier, I had a 1967 Mustang. Yeah. Yeah. So this whole thing about the polarization of the signs is also a big deal.
Hey,
When I see how to figure out
wishing you the
what's
best.
really going on with these signs and whatnot. Let's see. Chanel was Miss Snow with a comment. She said, NBC, you just taught me something new. I was raised around all earth signs, and they are such kleptos. Yeah. Very cool. They're very materialistic and selfish. Yeah. A lot of people, they get comfort out of possessions and whatnot. They get comfort from having something. Like my son, he's 6 now, but he always needs something a lot of times in his hand, or he feels like when we go somewhere, he has to take some type of souvenir, you know. But that's his thing. That's his thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's with my kids. They always have
Yeah.
to take their toys with them everywhere they go.
Yes, that one. Yeah, that one. And not just one sometimes, right?
Oh yeah, it would be like a
Yeah.
whole handful. I'm just like, no, just take one. Just take one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a total Taurus thing. Very earthy. This is why they're so good with money too. When they put their mind to it, they know how to produce things.
Yeah.
You show me a Taurus and that's a YouTube creator, and you'll see them prolific like archive of videos. They just boom, boom, boom. Once they decide what they like, they just produce like a mother grabber. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. But you know what? They are quite stubborn, unfortunately. Like I've dealt with a Taurus and quite stubborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they're super stubborn because they kind of like know what they want. They feel like they know what they want, and then they don't want to be told otherwise because they're totally locked into what they want. It's like, think about what they their animal is a bull or a cow. Where do bulls and cows hang out? In the cozy meadow, right? Like smelling the flowers, enjoying the grass. Where do bulls and cows hang out? Where did you just hang out? Were you over there, Jack? How'd that go? Are you more enlightened now? Did you enlighten them more? Us eating, and under the shady tree, right? They love being comfortable. So if you're already in a comfortable spot with your physical surroundings or your mind, your mindset, and your emotions, you don't want to be detoured. You don't really want to be fucked with, But sometimes you do need to change it up.
That's old. That's a archive broadcast.
This is what Scorpios help them with. The opposite
Leah.
of Taurus is Scorpio.
I mean, Rebecca.
And we're constantly transformed.
That's why you probably didn't see it. Hey, what's up, Steel Man? How's it going, man? How was your
Oh, hey, sorry.
how's your night
One
going?
sec.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
that's all right.
Yeah, so I was in a comfortable spot, like you were saying. I was just on the panel, so I figured, and somehow you caught it. And,
Yeah.
and you were
Streets
talking
is
about
walking.
some. Yeah, it went bad. Which I would love to discuss all of that in a second. But you were talking about something else. You of course, when you bring up the holy cow, and where they reside, which is the pasture.
Uh-huh.
See, this is how you find Jesus, my friend. You go to the pasture. I'm telling you, bro. You go to the pasture and you look for the sun disk of the ancient Egyptians, and make sure it's got the sash of Jesus Christ, and when you touch it, it has to bruise blue like the holy cows of India. You know, and if it meets all those characteristics, then you've found Jesus.
Yeah, definitely it's gonna take you there. Commune with the Holy One, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's where, you know, so it's no coincidence, in my opinion, of course, that we have the pasture at church. And of course, the pasture is where, like, again, I said, where you keep the cows. So you have that link to the religion again with those words. Etymology, you know.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, my friend. Now, it reminds me of that the experiment that Timothy Leary did at Harvard, where I think he dosed some people with psilocybin, grad students. They volunteered, right? And then they literally went to the church, and they said it was one of the best experiences they ever had in church, which makes sense because usually churches just feel so dead and stagnant. But I can see how a good mushroom
that was called the
could make you feel
that's the
alive.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm gonna keep interrupting you. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, I mean, this is like my obviously, as you know, but this is like my passion. Like, dude, my fucking, you know what I'm saying? This is why, like, I have no friends, you know what I'm saying, in real life, because I will just fucking talk about the shit for fucking till the cows come home, literally, you know what I'm saying? And I see it everywhere, you know what I'm saying? I see the symbol everywhere, the symbol, which is goes back to ancient Egyptian symbol, which is the crown, or the sun. It's all, you know, the Starbucks symbol. Which is basically
it looks like the mermaid with her legs open like a TV
antenna. Yeah, that is no, right. But that actually goes back to, you'll see that symbol everywhere if you realize what it is. It's the United Nations symbol. It's the World Health Organization. You know, it's the symbol on the back of the dollar bill. It all goes back to, it's the scarab with the sun disk, is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
Because that's what the wings are. The wings are the scarab wings. The sun disk is Jesus, and that can be symbolized by a crown or by a star, by a lion, by a serpent, any type of symbol of Jesus, right? So, and this is why you'll see like the World Health like this, like like on the back of the dollar bill, you have the winged falcon or the eagle, which because the scarab beetle transformed from the beetle to the falcon to the eagle over time, you know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when I started streaming normally, I mean, on a regular basis, consistently about a year and a half ago, one of the first lives I did was about the mushroom, winter solstice and the mushroom. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been on that stuff like for a minute. It's good, like Santa and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, well, and the real reason, and sometimes this is why, I mean, I haven't done a live in a long time. Like, I haven't been on a live since, like, I don't know, because once you know, like, what I know, you know, it's kind of what you know. I mean, I don't know how you continue to do your lives, but for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you know the epitome, the ultimate truth, that God, you know, Jesus is the mushroom, and then, like, you have to eat the mushroom in order to, like, actually have the religious experience. You know, then all these other religious debates and shit just are so petty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you see it for what it is for you, and that's all you can do, right?
Well, and you hear all these people talking about like, oh, and like they believe that the Bible is real, and like they believe that Jesus walked on water, and that he died on the cross and rose from the dead. And it's like, dude, you're a fucking grown ass man. I cannot believe anything you fucking say at this point. You know what I'm saying? Not you, but anyone that believes that shit.
Why they think like that though? Like with all the programming and stuff, and by society, and also self-programming, and also, and on top of that, the way I look at it too is like, man, if they want to believe that, that's good for them. You know, if that brings them peace or whatever. Now, if it makes them an asshole, no. But and even then, you can move away from them. So my thing is like,
you know,
they're gonna do what they're gonna do, dude.
Yeah, but it makes them gullible, and I don't care. Like you said, people like that's right, and that's why that's right. People, you know, I just live my own life. I don't care what people do. If people want to be gullible, let them be gullible. Yeah. But you know, I'm just saying, like, if you want to play the game of philosophy and like politics and shit, you know, it's like, dude, if you're gonna believe that, then you shouldn't be able to vote. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have no concept of reality. If you know what I'm saying, not you again, but I'm saying people that believe that shit. It's like, how can you just throw reality out the window like that? And walk around like everything's cool, you know? If you believe that shit, then like but that they don't actually believe it.
You look at the same thing about you or me too. So I'm like,
But you,
wouldn't you think though? I would think too. Like if you do find Jesus, especially through the mushroom, it would make you think like, be at peace with the fact that man, they're gonna do their thing and shit too. You know?
no, I'm totally at peace. But see, that's the thing is, I'm at peace with it. But that's why I don't, like I said, really usually attend panels and shit anymore because I'm like, yeah, I just sit back and watch.
You still a lot, huh? Like debate.
Yeah, but
yeah.
The thing is though, everyone has heard my word. I did, you know, everyone knows now. People know once I've planted the seed, and there's no. It's a seed that, yeah, exactly. It will never go away. People will always remember in the back of their mind that yes, Jesus is a mushroom, and they fucking know it. You know, once they hear it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Look at this. This guy says, he said eating the mushroom from a man is sus. I guess if that's in your mind like that, looking at it, especially the PEs, I guess, right? But yeah, man.
No, that's why they worship the cow in India.
Yeah, they do. You're right. So wait, we're looking at this NPC awards. What do you think about that? You were on that. TVD saying that there's almost 1,000 votes, bro, in that sector.
Dude, for Rob Noor, I'm like, dude, that's what I'm saying, man. That's a bad example of society. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna dog the guy. He was cool, actually. Yeah, I shouldn't. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
He will talk and not like let you. You know what I mean? Like he seemed like cool in the sense that he's not all clicked up and acting like a douchebag.
Yeah, you're right. As much as I hate that like whole, you know, sector of what seems like right wing political talking points. When I did talk to the guy once, actually, yeah, he came on like Abe's panel one time.
Okay.
And like. Yeah, and I like shot the shit with him. There was like a bunch of people on there, and he said some shit, and like of course like 6 dudes on the panel, everyone was like silent as fuck, like no one wanted to contend with him, you know, and so obviously, you know, knowing me though, I actually pushed back and on legitimate questions I had and shit, on trying to make him at least show some receipts and stuff on talking points that I didn't actually necessarily think that yeah, but he did. He came back and yeah.
So it's like a debate. So it's like that's why like I thought it was interesting. Some people were saying that Rob Noor shouldn't be in this category, in this sector. I mean, when he's hosted his style debates on his channel, people call in his show every day and have like, you know, pushback and stuff. So, yeah, I think there's different forms of debate that people have all the time, right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, the thing is, I don't really follow him much because it's super boring to me. It's like to me, all I see is, you know, right wing. Well, yeah. And I've probably thrown him in that bucket, but I just feel like he's just, like I said, just a Trump supporter, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think he does support Trump, but I would call him more than that because I've been listening more lately, because, you know, that's what happens when these sector battles are going on. I'll listen to the content more to track it. And I have to say, I think he's true to his name, Normal America, with Rob Noor. Like he seems pretty normal, even though I guess like some it might be extreme views, but to us would be kind of normie in a sense, right? Especially if we think that like, you know, we're communing with the source energy. Sometimes when you do this type of stuff with the psychedelics, entheogens. So anything else left of that would be considered kind of normal, right? Steelman, would you say?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'd agree with that stuff, you know.
Yeah. What's up with the neutral ground SNL Shade and Light? That's what Shadow and Light. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. This is the time though. I think this is the time. The last time I did a mushroom commune with mushroom was around Christmas. Was on Christmas, the day after Christmas for me personally. It's been a long time.
Nice. So we share that in common. You know, I did not the last time, but years ago I did my Christmas ceremony, you know.
Yeah. One of the greatest things about it was that like the stages of it, and like I remember I had to let a lot of things go because I was very lonely at the time because my mother had already passed away for a few years, but it was the first time I really didn't see any relatives on a Christmas, right? So I was like just kind of maybe feeling sorry for myself or whatever, and I got through that. But then I took a great walk because I was living in Pacifica, down to the ocean, Pacific Ocean, from the hills where my house was at the time, and I just witnessed the
the ocean, like breathing in and out with the tide coming in. It was just a great experience, and some other stuff,
Yeah.
you know. So, but yeah, it's
I thought you were gonna give me like tell me that you actually had an experience that you did end up communing with some of your past relatives, because that's kind of, I think, common.
maybe not in the way that's like all woo woo wah wah, in the sense that like I think maybe on an emotional level, like I
Yeah.
access something, because that's for me. That's how I expand my awareness and consciousness through like these deep emotional experiences. But yeah, man, I must have
Well,
had
'cause
my,
Terrence
my
McKenna-
mom sitting there with me for sure. Go ahead.
Oh man, dude, I'm sorry I interrupted at like a really bad time there.
What'd you say?
But I was like, I interrupted at a really bad time there. Sorry. So I was gonna say that like Terrence McKenna, well, because like Terrence McKenna talks about how it's saprobic nutrition, I think it's called, where mushrooms only feed off of dead organic matter.
Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, that's where so this is kind of part of the religion, is that and not the religion, but my religion, you can call it, but I like to call it the religion, right? It's the true religion. Is that it's mycorrhiza. So that's all chlorophyll using plants are hooked up to a network of mycelium. That's how they get their nutrients.
Okay.
Yeah, but the mycelium actually only feeds off dead organic matter. So that's how it's scientifically in touch with this other dimension. That's how it's why.
Ooh, deep. Would this Steel Man? Would this be like maybe like the sadness I was feeling? The mushroom was picking up on that, eating that. Or
Oh,
something?
dude.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about like some real shit. So yeah, no, I think it can go into us and find those places where yoga, or I could tell where yoga, originates from is inside of us. We're storing like all this stuff. Like there's places where we have sadness and shit from these events or whatever locked inside of us somewhere, And it's like if we don't get that out, then it becomes like that cancer or whatever, And through that mushroom,
I feel you that, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and so through those mushroom experiences, and if it's deep enough, lodged long enough, or whatever, you have to actually like move your body in certain ways, like through like these different like what becomes natural yoga like poses or experience, movements.
Yeah.
And you work that thing out of your body and release it out of your body, and like what like you're talking about, deep sadness from that is good. You have to release that in order to grow from it.
Right. And yoga for sure, because I met my wife at the Bikram Yoga Studio like 13 years ago, and I have to say like there was a time when I was doing the yoga and I was getting stronger, but then it hit a point where I actually started to I felt like I hurt myself, and most likely I was addressing like trauma or something that was deeply buried in somatic trauma, in there that was getting released probably. And it was like, and by the way, let me say this, TVT, man. Yeah, I mean, you can say it's new age babble and all that, but however, just like I was mentioning the fact that more or less that I don't for me personally, I don't like to rag on people that are into the Bible and Christianity and traditional ways of doing it, because everyone has their own path. I don't think it's cool either to rag on people that find strength in these certain techniques and stuff.
First of all, I would love to. First of all, I want this TVT guy to get up on stage, because I don't know who he's talking about. If he must have been talking about you being New Age Babble, because what I'm talking about is clearly the oldest this shit can get. This is definitely not New Age. Sacred psilocybin mushrooms is pre-civilization. It's what caused civilization. So this shit ain't fucking New Age by any means.
Yeah,
but I did want to.
He's probably talking about both of us per se. But here's the thing: like,
No.
he's a good dude. I like TVT. He's the Orthodox Christian and all that. And he's
That's why I'm.
Well, hold on. He's steadfast in his religion, and I respect that. Just like I would hope that he would respect some of us when we're sharing some things that helped us in our life. So that's That's
I'm actually I'm throwing up contention with this motherfucker right now and saying, bro, your age.
Sorry about that, TVT. Yeah,
I'm saying I can tell by his symbol. His shit is New Age babble, bro. His shit is that Christianity. We go by the book. We don't understand where the roots are. We don't understand where we came from. We don't understand where it came from. We're all New Age fucking bullshit. That's what that shit is.
Yeah.
So TMT, get on here and fucking let's talk about it. Or TVT.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, if he was anyone, him or anyone else,
was shitting on the religion. Nah, I don't support that. If that's what people like, that's what they like. But also too, you're giving your testimony about your religion, and it's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, because the new age
What's up,
stuff is the
Marilyn?
bread, right? Oh, hey Marilyn, come on up. This is a safe space, obviously. Come on up, Marilyn. We'd love to
Yeah.
chat with you. I'm sure.
Salutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but,
Marilyn's the queen, you know.
Yeah,
Mother Mary in the
she's
house.
Really cool. I like her a lot, man. I have to say, I've been watching Stranger Things, man, like with the family lately, and that's what I thought of. I put the 2 and 2 together. I'm only on season 2, and like the Mycelium Network, that's what that stuff is. It seems like, it's feeding off like underneath the ground and the upside down. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with the story, but like,
Is this getting into the word louche by chance? Because
oh yeah,
I don't
it's
know,
funny
but-
you were gonna say that because I've heard Flow State say that over the year or whatever, and I actually looked it up not too long ago, and I found that Robert Monroe stuff and all that, and I don't know. I don't know if what's really going on. It's definitely interesting science fiction, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, what's funny is my buddy just brought that up to me like a week ago, and then Flow State was talking about the louche stuff, and then you brought it up, so it's like all within 1 week. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because I dismissed it originally, but.
Yeah, I think it's like, what do you think about that? So louche seems like it's some type of, I'll just say, energy that some type of inorganic beings feed off of.
Well, by the way, TVT, I see your comment there, and anyways, it's
cooking
good to
dinner.
chat with you. Yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
say, it's
Have a good
it's
dinner,
good
man.
to see. Yeah, no, I just wanted to like shout out to him because I mean, it's real people. It's good. I love real Christian and real religious people and shit. And Marilyn, hopefully she gets back up. But the louche thing, man, when she's done, But the louche thing, dude, like.
Pizza.
Yeah, originally I disregarded that because I'm like what you were saying. I'm like, dude, I could give a fuck less. I got a family now, like kind of like you said. Like when I was a kid running around. See, that's the thing, is I feel like Jesus is like he was a single guy, so he literally had he had the views of a single guy.
Yeah,
But-
that's a good point, bro. I love it. I love it. Keep going.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a good
that's
take.
dude.
Yeah.
So now that I'm no longer a single guy and I have kids and shit, I'm like, dude, I don't got time for fucking louche and shit, right? It's like I want to do what's right, right? I don't gotta. I don't really worry. I'm worried about the IRS and like making sure I pay my taxes right and like making sure I get my bills paid. I'm not worried about the fucking zombies that live underground and shit. I don't got time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like the government like trying to like suck up my energy and shit. It's like if I just put out good energy, I know that I think people are afraid of dying and all that shit too, and like so they come up with all these excuses and all this fucking and it's like if I just accept
too much, and when in fact it's all happening now all at once, because that dread of the future, it's like a gift of knowing how as humans how we can plan for the future. However, with that, because it seems to be kind of uncertain, there's anxiety for some, and so some people latch on to that. So
yeah, well, I was really lucky to have my mushroom experiences that helped me to like grow spiritually into a place where I was like learned all that shit that like people are like trying to figure out, you know what I mean, and trying to be happy with, so like I came to like accept death, you know what I mean. I came to like realize that like I was gonna die and shit, and like that it was actually going to happen, and that, like all the bullshitting, there's nothing I could do. And even though I love Marilyn, she's a of the life, she probably doesn't like to hear me talk about this part, but when I realized that, and then I came to realize that the way to live forever for me, maybe it's not for everybody, and maybe there is something like a mushroom or psychedelic experience that could make you live forever. But for me right now, the way for me to live forever, right, is to pass down my genes, right, through my children, bring them up right, and live the life cycle, accept death, let them grow up, let them have children, and keep life going, keep it anew, just keep the life cycle going by accepting death and accepting birth and accepting life,
Yeah, that's great.
And,
That's the real legacy, man. That's the real
Yeah,
legacy
thanks.
that this keeps going. Yeah, it's true,
Yeah.
man. It's simple. Some people may say it's simple and all that, but it's like it's fascinating. It's that ultimate mystery how you can just keep the chain going, right? Keep the game showing. And then when I hear like the children there, and then my son comes up to the office sometime when I'm broadcasting, it's good, man. It's like it reminds us that like this is what we do it for. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, like even Jesus talks about how the children are actually like the foundation of heaven. You know what I mean? and it blows my mind because when I had my children, I took them to church, and they went running up on the stage like when everyone was like trying to when the conceited girl was all trying to do her solo part and all that shit, and like she got all mad and shit,
Yeah.
But she was like, and
Check
and
this
the,
out. Wait, check this out. Look
yeah.
at this guy, the Panelverse guy. He says the Panelverse doesn't endorse NPC. He's a weasel. He hopes China wins Taiwan. Well, that's not nice. That's not very kind. This is the guy that copies like Andrew Wilson's material and puts it on his channel. This guy's weird, bro. Anyway, but anyway, let's have a good human being out here. What's up, Marilyn? Good to see you.
Hey,
Welcome.
I had to intervene. I just
Oh,
had
nice.
to. I had
Good to see you, Marilyn. I know she's like now he's going over to the death cult. Sorry,
Yep.
Marilyn.
Yep, going right over to the death cult. Exactly.
I knew you were thinking that. I knew you were thinking that. I know. I need to eat more mushrooms, and then I'll be like, no, we can live forever. You're right. I know.
Don't accept death. The Bible clearly says that the last enemy to be destroyed is death. So death is an enemy. Death is an enemy. So why would you accept it? Why would you feed it? Why would you give it power? Why would you hold it as an idol and give it any food at all? Why would you do that?
Was there anything? What about that trope about maybe it's probably not biblical. This is why it sounds weird when after what you just said, when people say you should respect your enemy. What do you think about that?
Oh my goodness. That's not rightly dividing truth. You shouldn't have an enemy to begin with. No one should be your enemy. In heaven, there is no enemy. So if you're not thinking from a place of higher, a place of you're already in heaven, pray on earth as it is in heaven. If you can't love what you're walking with, if you can't love what's in your life, then it shouldn't be in your life. The love of money is the root of all evil. If you can't love it walking with God, why is it in anyone's life? Like you've got to look at it like that, like you're already in heaven.
Yeah. I read years ago, like heaven's a state of mind here and now. And
Well, okay. Well, I'm in agreement that we're in heaven, and I can explain exactly how if anyone wanted to contend with that, because, in heaven, I mean, as somebody with children, for example, which I think we all, but it's like, of course, I want to watch my children grow in all the different stages of their being, right? I don't want them to be locked into some certain age and shit. That's too fucking weird. Like, no, I don't want that in heaven, right? Heaven is exactly how we have here on earth when we make a happy family and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What about?
But part of that is aging. Well, that was my next question I had for Marilyn.
What's
Marilyn, how do we live forever?
The judgment day.
Right.
That a lot of the religions and people speak of when you quote unquote die. What is that?
See, I call it Judgment Day in the flesh, where people have got to come to the realization that we're all part of the one body and we are all very divine, and we don't know our worth. We don't know that we are the only thing that matters. We are the worth to God. So like if everyone started believing and manifesting it into reality, that we could harness energy to live forever, that we weren't scared of dying, like we weren't in fear of dying, that we would be okay with living.
But Marilyn, to me that sounds contradictory. It's the not fear of dying. If you are not afraid of death, then you're not trying to live forever. It's the fear of death that makes people want to live forever.
No, I feel like you give power to death and believe it and say it's a real thing, which thus manifests it for you. You're God. Like if you're God, you can manifest whatever you want. But if you're the one true God and you know that you're of life and you are of perfect design and all the things good and unconditionally loving, then you would.
So I can agree.
Right.
So here's how I agree with her on a lot of levels, is that and I can prove it in my way, right? If you take mushrooms, right, and we can all know that, like this probably, Gabe, right? If you take mushrooms and you look in the mirror, for example, you can your face can morph, right? And people have seen this happen. Like I've seen this happen. I can change my looks by looking in the mirror, like depending on what I'm thinking, right? And that's what she's talking about. Is like we can change our age, we can change our body, we can change ourself and our cells and what the world sees as how we project ourselves and everything. based on like how we think.
Right, because think about it. Jesus fed 5,000 people with what, 5 loaves of barley bread and 2 fish, and he manifested that. Like they didn't know where it came from. It came out of thin air. Like this world is not what we think it is, and he said we are to do even greater works than him. So it's really a mind. It's really a mind thing. It really comes down to your thoughts and what you're manifesting and creating in your.
No, I think you're right. But like, who is this we though? Like, not we. I mean, the I and all that. Is that even a really there? How do we even know that what's there? What we think is the self, could it be completely false?
Well, you can't deny truth. You are truth. Like things that don't change, like your ideas and your thoughts, they change. Like they could change, but your identity and who you are is everlasting. So you are the worth. You're two ears and 2 eyes and 1 nose. Like you are the worth to God. So you've got to know, like you have a design, you have a purpose. You know, you are made for something. You're not, you know, that helps, you know, there is a self, there is a spirit and a body that need to ground themselves and know, like understand each other and feel comfortable being the duality of it.
Right. Yeah. That's because what I was getting at, you said duality, the non-dual thinkers, a lot of times they say that, or you're one without a second. And what we think is the I is actually an attachment to the self, an attachment that's not even there. But here's somebody said something. What's up, Shadow Buddha in the building? He said in Buddhism, there is no self. There's no self. Your identity changes. Your thoughts change. It's kind of like you're saying your thoughts change all the time.
Right, your thoughts.
But it's different than.
Oh yeah.
But let's.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys, but I just wanted to touch on the Buddhism thing because it's actually kind of being mischaracterized. It's not that there's no self in Buddhism, like we're talking about self. In Buddhism, there's no permanent self, meaning you change every moment. You're not attached to your previous identity.
Okay, so it's
but
like
you still have an identity of self.
It's like that T.S. Eliot story where he gets on a train and he sits there and contemplates stuff, and by the time he gets off, 20 minutes later, he says he's a completely different person. You know, it's like he's different, but there's still the core stuff still there. Yeah.
Right.
This talk, you guys have actually sparked a lot. Like you got Dom in the chat saying the kingdom is within, and then TVT saying the kingdom isn't here yet. It's being prepared for humanity and those who have faith and accept Christ.
So here's the thing. I think about that. Well, maybe I'm not going to get into that, but see, the thing is, the people that say the kingdom isn't here yet, they're either not happy with their lives or they have a different sort of idea of what the kingdom could possibly be like. Like, I would love TVT to get up and explain
like that
what
second
he thinks.
part you said is good.
Yeah, I would love for him to get up and explain to me what like his concept of that would look like. You know what I mean?
All you have to do is believe. He said. Seems like a lot of this stuff is like, regardless of what we're consciously saying, like our inner, like they said, the kingdom is within. We know what's really going on, right, guys? Like in terms of every single person on this planet, huh? Like there's something, but why are we here?
See, I would love to. I don't know who this TVT guy is, man, but he sounds like it's good conversation, you know, or he would be.
Well, yeah. I mean, like Marilyn and Steelman, why are we here on Earth? You think, or is that's definitely an individual thing?
You can go first if you want to. I know, but you can go first.
Okay, Marilyn, because you know I'm just gonna I'm over here fucking.
You want me
I got
to
a
go
good
first?
one.
I'll go first.
Ladies
but then
first.
You're not gonna
Okay.
want to go.
Yeah. No, go for it. Yeah, don't let me step on your toes.
No, please. I'd rather you do it because people will understand you better. Just go
Okay,
first.
well, I'll give you my really good one then. Okay, if you take the idea that the clear, odorless, tasteless liquid, formerly known as holy water, which is what we discovered as LSD, and under holy water, I came to this story that says the most plausible explanation is, and here's how we know it's plausible. We've already done it. The most plausible explanation is that the world is an egg, that we are all sperm, that we were all ejaculated into some woman or whatever, this universal womb, and that we're all landed on this egg, and we're fighting to get to the center. And the first person that gets to the center of this egg will be absorbed by it and become a god and be birthed out of the universal birth canal. And you know how I know that's true? It's already happened once. You've already done it once before, and it's just going to happen again and again and again.
Yes. Yes, sir. I like that one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
That was dope.
hard pass. Hold on, I'm picking up pizza. So do you want to
Oh,
add
speaking of the
anything?
pizza. Okay, well, let me
Yeah.
add. Yeah. You want to add something?
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
add
tell
something to it in
you.
the sense that reminds me of earlier in the year. I heard Bro Sanchez TV say something similar, like how where the sperm and these layers of reality are actually the crevices of the vagina and all this stuff. Like it was interesting, like how we're like evolving. It kind of reminded me of what you were saying, which is very interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's going to be really funny is once you get birthed out of this universal birth canal, as I call it, you're going to come out as what we consider to be a god, which is what sperm think of as humans. We're gods to humans, right? And or to sperm. And when we come out as this god, we're going to be these gods in this place, and we're going to be wondering what the fuck we're doing there, right? And then we're going to find out that we're all just trying to, and we're going to forget that we already did it, just like we already forgot that we already did it.
Right. TBT says, what's his name is The Vengeful Truther. He says, I wish I could come up, but I can only type right now. My now friend NPC though knows me where I stand. Yeah. He's definitely very very rock solid in his beliefs, and he's a good man. I like a good family man too. Yeah. So yes, sir.
Because I've had a lot of.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Marilyn, or whoever. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I believe we are the purpose. We are the plan. Like, for you to say that there's some sort of agenda and I don't know, like race or something that's not already perfected by God in all his creation, then you are saying that you're walking in fear, you're giving fear power. I feel like there's not an agenda here. I don't think truth has an agenda. We're all his favorite. We're all God's favorite. He shows no favoritism. So it's not like a race and who's going to be the best or a hierarchy. It is God is so much. He is love itself. So he wants the love. He just wants
He wants all sperm to get to the egg.
Yes, he wants all the sperm to get to
But
the
they
egg.
don't.
No, don't say that. That's a lie from the devil. See, God doesn't have those thoughts in his head. Nothing that God sends out returns void. It doesn't matter what you perceive it.
Yep. Marilyn, you say don't say that. Does that mean that our words are very powerful in constructing our reality?
Yes, because you can cast spells. If everyone is God and you're manifesting your own reality, and what's going to happen is the majority of people that believe the same thing, what's going to show up.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we call consensus reality is almost like a mass hallucination of people's words that they believe, and a lot of times they're not that good for everybody.
But see, Marilyn was saying that like it's based off of like this, I don't know, a bunch of things that I wanted to disagree with at the time, because what I'm saying is that there is a plan, but it's also based in secrecy, because what I'm saying is that God has placed secrets in front of himself. See, a true magician never reveals his secrets even to himself, and God is the master magician who keeps secrets from himself for a reason. And if you knew those secrets, you'd realize why they were kept secret.
I don't think he's a trickster. I think it's all very nuanced, because he's compassionate. He he does it, beautifully. It's a beautiful love story. He's not gonna give it to you at once.
Okay.
He's gonna slowly trickle it out.
Here, it's encrypted in this message that they say, we are one, or God is one, or all we are one. You know the whole one thing, right? That's the biggest fear, right? That's the dark side of God. That's the mystery of all. That's the secret that God keeps from himself that we're not supposed to know, right? Once you realize that God is one and that there is no another, then you realize that God doesn't want to be one. That's hell. So God has to create this fiction that there's multiple things that are not God in order for God to not be in hell, stuck alone in solitude, darkness, nothing for no time forever.
Yeah.
So he creates these secrets.
I don't think God creates secrets.
Would you? Yeah. Can we relate that to what Shadow Buddha is saying? Says Steel Man, no, we're all made up of 5 changing aggregates: body, feeling, perception, mental formation, and consciousness that create an illusion of a solid self, which cling to cause suffering. Interesting. I think that's in terms of the Buddha. We were saying like how Buddha believed we're impermanent self. I think I'm paraphrasing what you said earlier, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I got
Yeah.
my
That's the God expressing themselves right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. I mean, I think I love that. No, I think I hit the rabbit hole. I fell down the rabbit hole and I hit the ledge. Maybe not the bottom of the rabbit hole, but the ledge when I found non-duality. When they said we're already there, it's just a matter of you accepting it or not. It doesn't matter because pretty much we're already enlightened per se. But I guess how you perceive it will dictate how light you carry, how light you travel in this world we're living in. In your life. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's interesting.
Letting go.
Yeah. What was that?
I was just saying it's a lot about letting go. Go ahead, Steelman. Sorry.
Oh, no, I mean-
heard that about letting go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that that's why these people can't believe in the reality is because God doesn't want to believe in reality because you can't have love. God can't have love without these secrets, right? Because God, we want to love our children. We don't want to believe that they're us. We don't want to believe that there's some thing that we're creating with our mind and all that shit. That's just fucking evil, right? We want to believe that they're them and that they're real and that they're not us and that we're separate. We're not one, right? And so we have to create these boundaries. We create these illusions between us, and the people that get lost in it the most, as Alan Watts talks about, like even though I don't believe in the mustache man, let's just say him, for example, the person who is the worst, who believes that he's the most separate from everyone, for example, he is God who has found himself the most because he is so lost in his illusion. He feels so separate, forgetting that he is just one, and it's just a play that he's just playing, and God is trying to play this play. And in fact, that goes back to, the Hindu religions and all that stuff.
That sounds like other people that are quote unquote successful in this world we live in. What you just said, people that got all the riches and the, success and the status that they get so caught up in this Maya, this illusion that
Well, and that's part of Buddhism. So there's the stone Buddha that guy's talking about, but then there's the other kind of Buddha,
Shadow Buddha.
There are probably multiple ones, but the one Buddhist Zen master once said, when asked what he was up to lately, he said, "I'm trying to attach to as much as I can." And that was part of the Zen, right? Exactly.
That's one way of one of the eccentric, because the Buddha, he did a lot of different things that he learned probably from watching the eccentrics around him, like pushing it to the limit, the kind of like how a pilot would push the specs of a supersonic plane jet to the limit to test the boundaries, right? And I guess what you just said, what'd you say? Attaching yourself to as many things as possible.
Yeah, and in fact, I found that real Buddhism can lead to forms of narcissism, right? Because what you end up doing is losing your ability to have emotions, and then that can be unhealthy, right? Because all of a sudden you're not judging like things by emotions, and when things that happen that should give you an emotional trigger, you're just like emotionless,
Is there a way to take those tendencies, integrate some of those great tendencies of Buddhism and techniques of Buddhism, but change it in a way that gets rid of the narcissist you're talking about? How would that look, you think?
Well, that's why I early on. So for okay, for example, let's get back to the thing about why that guy said that yoga was New Age. So I agree, meditation, yoga, all that stuff, that's New Age. So the real yoga is done when you take the psychedelic, when you take the sacrament, and you actually meditate. You actually perform yoga. Everything when you're not under the psychedelic is just eating the cracker. It's trying to mimic. It's trying to get back to that stage, but it's not actually. And so the Buddhist and so that's why the key of Buddhism, is learning to let go of Buddhism. When you reach the pinnacle of Buddhism, you realize that you were attached to Buddhism the whole time.
You're saying take off the training wheels. And by the way, to go back, it says TVT says he was stating his position. He says, I'm a conservative Christian, steel man, not far right, but I can be fiercely defensive of my God, no harm intended, I think. That's what he said. And then Shadow Buddha was saying that there's no truth when talking about religions. Saying Christianity is the truth is false just as much as saying Buddhism is the truth. Faith does not equate to truth. Yeah, they're different.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Any religion is a cult.
Well, so the book I wrote was called The Origins of Religion. And in The Origins of Religion, I explain the one thing that you can say about religion is that it can only be experienced through eating the sacred mushroom. That's the one thing you can say, and that's the fact. If you want to experience religion, you have to eat the sacred psilocybin mushroom, and that's the only thing I truly can say. Everything else you have to experience.
See, I don't believe that though, because mushrooms were mean to me when I was tripping, and I knew I was God. I knew I was God, and then they were like, "You aren't doing enough. You have stuff to do. You got to take care of this and that." And I'm like, "Bro, everybody is God. You can't put that on me." Like they were lying to me. The mushrooms were lying to me.
It sounds like it was telling you some harsh truths that you didn't want to hear.
No. That's not how God operates. He doesn't.
I think that's pretty clear.
God doesn't show favoritism.
Yeah, I mean, you see it like when you said that your book sounds interesting about reminds me of animism in a sense that when if I was walking around the forest and just experiencing how alive everything is, right? And that in itself to me is godly, commune with God. But I think being not even on any psychedelics, however, taking the psychedelic, coming with the psychedelic will put you on the next level of that experience. Take it to the next level. Yeah, because not all of us are on that path, can do that, or are willing to do that. Because literally, the place where I live right now is very frowned upon. But with that said, people still do it anyway. But what I'm saying is,
the Christians are persecuted.
Yes,
sir. Oh yeah,
yeah. So what I'm saying is, what Terrence McKenna says, I love what he says about everyone should have at least one psychedelic experience. It's like going to what they say, going to the grave without having a psychedelic experience is like living without ever having sex, or if you're or having a child or raising a child or you know what I mean? It's something that everyone should try.
He did say having sex. But in the psilocybin experiment that you mentioned, they actually said that it was more of a valuable experience than having their first child. That was also referenced in the psilocybin experiment. Exactly.
I've had one good trip ever, and the rest were terrible. And I've tripped a lot.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So wow, you're getting the hard lesson, the metaphorical stick to the head from the teacher.
Every single time.
Well, Marilyn, what were yours like? Yeah, were you drinking or at parties or what?
I've had a lot of different mushroom trips. I've never done LSD before, but I've done mushrooms, and they're just always bad. It's always bad. It's always scary.
But what was your setting like? Were you like at parties or drinking?
I've had every setting. I've had every setting you can think of.
So you've done them alone, like by yourself at your house?
Yes, of course I have.
And what was that like? Tell us what that was like, if you don't mind.
The last time I took too many and I was puking all day and drinking water and puking until all the visuals stopped. It wasn't fun. It wasn't fun. I was trying to pick my friend up from the bar. He'd been there all night. It was a 24-hour bar, and the bartender gave
Okay.
us mushrooms, and we were supposed to be going to the DMV, and I couldn't make it to the DMV. It was horrible. Like,
Oh, okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, guys. Yeah, exactly. She's like heading to the DMV. That was enough. Like I don't know what else came before that. It sounded like bars and shit, but yeah, don't head to the DMV while you're tripping. Yeah, because even if she would have been sober, she would have said that sucked. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, check this out. But with that said, my friend Misterioso, who I've talked to many times on this channel, he said he took like I think 20 grams of psilocybin or PE, and he went to the dentist.
What the heck? No.
Yeah, but he said it wasn't like it wasn't a bad trip, but it was definitely a very intense.
Yeah,
That's
and he's probably
Mr.
going
Ozo,
around. Yeah, he's probably kicking dirt on my fucking book now.
No, I think you get a lot. You guys would have a lot. You have a lot of commonalities. You guys would gel, definitely.
Yeah,
all three of us. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I remember speaking of Shadow Buddha, what we were talking about the other day. How we're thinking that how Buddhism recognizes the problem and then tells you how to solve it. Where some say that Christianity, it tells you the solution, but doesn't tell you the problem really specifically. And that's why there's this doctrine debates for the last 2,000 years with Christianity, it seems.
I feel like Christians tell you the solution and tell you problems when they should stop telling you problems. I feel like Buddhists got the problem solved, but they think themselves as less than rather than the highest and the most important. Like if they just switched that little, tweaked it just a little bit, and you're like, I'm not selfless, I am not nothing, I am everything, and have that same humility.
I mean,
combine them.
Yeah.
The thing is you can look up on Wikipedia right now. It says, look up what Buddha's Siddhartha's last meal was. Okay, it's no coincidence that his last meal was mushrooms. And if you look up the statues of Buddha, I can show you a bunch of them where he's got a big mushroom behind him. He sits underneath a mushroom. I have become the Buddha and reached what Buddhists call enlightenment under psilocybin mushrooms, and only under psilocybin mushrooms. And I have become the Buddha and reached that stage. That's where it comes from. And anyone can become the Buddha. Yeah, by eating the mushroom.
Yeah. Do you think there's other paths though? I mean,
no,
though you found
as a true
the A path.
No. So this is what Christianity is about, and this is why Christianity is so important and so predominant throughout the world, and why the kingdom of heaven, like he said, will come back one day when the churches do implement the true sacrament, because there is no other way but Christ. Jesus is the only way to salvation, and that's by eating. And as Jesus says at the Last Supper, and many of his disciples left him. You got to remember, his disciples left him, not his haters. His disciples left him at the Last Supper because they could not accept the teaching that you have to eat from his body and drink from his blood, or you have, what you mentioned, no life in you. If you do not eat this, you have no life in you, is what he says.
Wow. Well, with that said, I think I'm gonna burst with all this knowledge and goodness. This is good, bro. I appreciate you coming on.
I just got home with pizza.
Try to integrate this.
I'm gonna head out. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks. Me and Marilyn are gonna go eat pizza together and make out and stuff. Good to see you, Marilyn.
Oh yeah, are you guys just joking, or is that the truth?
One day. We're giving it a little time. We're working on it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you
All right,
guys.
thanks, man.
Maybe I can preside over your mystical wedding or whatever. But anyway, hey man, yeah, that was fun. Interesting. Dominus says, I never had trouble with mushrooms. Found them and they helped me recover from a terminal illness. Whoa. And showed me what I was needing. That's amazing. That's beautiful, man. Yeah. 6-7 is whatever you want, huh? So if you like to donate, you can do it by super chat, super stickers, membership, buy me a coffee. Donations are much appreciated. Can I get a donations before I bounce out? Everybody, yeah. Can we get a donation? Donation. Much love. Yeah. Thank you, Wicked. Appreciate you, Wicked. #1 mod. Appreciate it. Shadow Buddha, #1 mod. Yeah. Steel Man, TVT, #1 mod. Maryland, amazing. Come with the fire. Enjoy your pizza. Max Visions, good to see you. Wishing you and your wife well. What's the matter, you? What's up, player? Leslie, appreciate you in the Simulacra. DJ Clue Studios. I like how he says Gabe the Game. Rose 777 and other Kabbalistic streamers. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, everybody. Machine Lies. Blessings, Muhammad. Shadow and Light, much love, sister. And the real OG, good to see you, man. It's been a minute. This has been the 6-7 broadcast. And we'll catch you later. Check out the Panelverse. Let's see. Panelverse Awards. It's like nobody can say you're the Panelverse. That guy that calls himself the Panelverse, who takes Andrew Wilson's material that's paid behind the paywall and puts it on his channel. He can say all he wants that we are not part of the Panelverse. No one is the arbiter of who is and who isn't. Hey, as long as you're on these panels and these network of streamers, you are part of the Panelverse, my friend. And pretty much, I let everyone off my ban list, off blocked list. No one's blocked except that guy. He got blocked. He got blocked. He was acting like a weirdo. But yeah, man, what's really going on? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, a woman get a lot from the kinds of talks NBC. Oh, much love to you, sister. My bad. I should have known. Damn's a medic. You know why? You know why too? Because you have a calm energy coming through, even through the digital avatar and in the chat. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I didn't get the. Definitely not Dom. Dom's very intense, and we like him. But yeah, we really appreciate you out here, and we'll see you soon. We're looking at this. What we got? TVT. What we have for the the YouTube streamer, the debate host sector voting, right? With 658 votes. 958 votes. Holy moly. 958 votes total. Rob Noor with 64%. Sarah the Raging Tomato 20%. Team Fatty 12 and Speakeasy was 4. Rob Noor pulling away with 5 days left. Oh, we're gonna get to the 1,000 by the end of the night. By the end of my night, yeah. I'm a Libra. You like balance? You keep it even, huh? Libras. We love the Libras, keeping it even. Good to get balance. The Libra, the opposite is Aries, the self. Come in the middle, and you'll understand both sides of the coin. They're two sides of the same coin. Libra, generation Libra, relationships, power couples versus codependency. We take power couples and understanding the other. Just like we did today, you understand the different sides of things, right? Understanding the different sides of things. What's really going on. Yeah. You guys are legends. You're already awakened. It's just a matter of seeing it. Shadow Buddha. If Shadow Buddha don't trust you, I'm going to shoot you. Peace. Much love. You can ask mommy. You're a legend.
Here come Johnny Two, shot him in the lobby, mommy. Death is my hobby, mommy. Street said that God bless the gun with the most body. God bless sons with the most body. I seen dust heads scare everybody. I seen the devil die twice. I know where God is, where all of the graves be. Ancestors rest with me, my life, all of the testers. Who is the bestest? Ask mommy, nigga. You can ask mommy, nigga. Yeah. She made a legend, nigga. Yeah. Free up, G's up, wave off a new ship. Send me a new ship, a new clip. Find me a new horse, 6+4, nigga. Diamond and Nordstrom, beauty you, damn I adore you. Like let me spoil you, I'm so royal. Spill all my oil, olive juice, olive oil. Shining through the maze, looking for you. Here comes Johnny Two, shot him in the lobby, mommy. Project shit. Death is the hobby. God bless the gun with the most bodies. God bless son with the most bodies. I seen the dust head scare everybody. I seen the devil die twice. Damn, I know where God is. Ancestors rest in my life. Test in my life. Test who's the best. Mama made a legend, oh legend.